Senior Grand Final between the Diggers Rest and Woodend-Hesket Football Netball Clubs. At this point I'd like to acknowledge and recognise the traditional custodians of the land, the Wurundjeri people, and pay our respects to their elders both past, present and emerging. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're in for a classic contest. The two best performed teams of the 2023 season, Diggers Rest and Woodend-Hesket, square off in today's Bendigo Bank Senior Grand Final. Promises to be a great battle as the two sides go at it today, and we look forward to what promises to be a thrilling contest. I'm pleased to announce the umpires for today's Bendigo Bank Senior Grand Final, and they are as follows. Our field umpires, Alexander Bond, Daniel Mousley and Joel Wood. Our boundary umpires, Spencer Kennelly, Cody McLaughlin, Lucas Harper and Charlie Hines. And our goal umpires, Andrew Crone and Adam Isley. I'd now like to introduce Mr. Matthew Richardson from the Bendigo Bank to facilitate the toss of the coin, and also welcome forward the respective captains of both Diggers Rest and Woodend, Mitch Jensen from Diggers Rest and Tom Borthrop from Woodend-Hesket. You can come forward, please. Ready? Woodend has a call, called tails. It is a tail. Woodend will kick to the southern end of the ground. We'd now like to play an important message from AFL Victoria.
Support of leagues and clubs is committed to keeping our game great. Make the promise to be the best version of yourself and support the hard-working volunteers, coaches and umpires who make our great game come to life. Real fans respect the game. Make a pledge to keep the passion alive, but remember, any form of abuse is not welcome on our turf.
Thank you for that important announcement. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you please be upstanding if able for the playing of the Australian National Anthem. Thank you to Bendigo Bank support through the year, and good luck to both teams and our umpires. Thank you very much.
So we're just getting ready for the last people to clear the playing surface. Umpires in the middle of the ground. We have the umpires today. Field umpires, Alex Bond, Daniel Mousley, Joel Wood. Boundary, Spencer Connolly, Lucas Harper, Charlie Hines and Cody McLaughlin. And goal umpires, Andrew Crone, Adam Isley. Ball goes up in the grand final. One down by Orr. Taps it towards Caruana, who gets a quick kick away. Follows up again. He hits the deck and Kyle Baker jumps on top. And we'll have a repeat stoppage at half forward here for Diggers Rest.
So it looks like Kyle Baker's got the job early on Jaden Caruana, so that should be an interesting matchup.
Ball goes up, Orr taps it down. They run through again. Caruana gets cleaned up by Wiseman. Ball comes out via Mullen, sends it forward. Ball goes through everyone. Taken down there is Mitch Jensen, who'll take a free kick. So Mitch Jensen, the captain of the club, trying to get his team off to a perfect start in the grand final.
And we heard that Cody Bowen was going to go to Mitch in the pre-game. That was just panic.
Yeah, but
that was
Cody,
ball on the
as
ground.
a young defender, can't play behind Mitch Jensen because he's the lead up hit forward.
And that was the thing. He just panicked then. Ball on the ground. Mitch leading him at the footy. He just panicked and grabbed. And with Baker, Caruana's had 3 touches already. He really needs to make sure he's tight if he's going to do that run with.
So in comes Mitch Jensen, sends it on his way, and doesn't he love a goal? Knows how to celebrate. Mitch Jensen gets his team up and about. First goal of the 2023 Rdfnl Grand Finals. Diggers Rest goes to Mitch Jensen. 1 straight 6. Woodend-Hesket yet to score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Yeah,
Handy start for the Borough.
they just moved the footy forward from the very first bounce, and it was Caruana 3 times, 4 times with his hands on the footy, 3 possessions, gets the football moving forward, feeds that handball out that ends up in the hands of Mitch Jensen, and great finish from Jensen and a great start for the Burrows.
Umpire Joel Wood for his throwing it up or up against Martin. Martin just slaps it down. Toman's well tackled. In the middle of the ground, we're going to get another ball up. Dead smack where we started from before.
And that's one player we forgot to mention in the pre-game. Marcus Calvaresi has been a huge this season, sitting on Dan Toman.
Martin just slaps it forward. Comes down in through Patterson, who drives the ball forward into the forward line. Down there to Alistair Ray. Dropped what he should have taken. Toman picks it up. Looking out now down here for Baker. Baker looking short. There's an opportunity for the Hawks. So the ball bounces right. Comes up, hits the deck. Ball bounces out of bounds, and we're going to get a throw in the forward pocket.
Really nice run there from Ferguson off the wing, giving him that option streaming forward. Great contest at centre forward too for the Hawks. That's what they have to be able to do. They've got to find these players out in space today, and it looks like Baker's going to try and expose Caruana the other way.
Or taps it down. Kick quick forward, and a good mark taken out down there by Josh Wallace for the Borough. Wallace, far side of the ground. He's just going to go down the line. There's not a lot of movement for him. Short little kick. Taken down there by Tommy Evans. Kick short into the middle of the ground. And they're off. And now the switch is on. Looking down there for 42. We don't have one of those, do we? No. Mystery player comes in, and that's Andre Hedbury, who's got the ball now on the forward line, having another shot for goal.
That transition from defence to offence there was a little bit too easy there. Josh Pound will have to really get into his team because that's just too easy.
Hedbury, not a known goal kicker. About 35 metres out, comes in. Puts it up high, straight, long, and misses to the right. So that takes Diggers 1-1-7. Woodend yet to score. We played 3 minutes in the first quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So Tyson Chapman will bring this ball in for the first time today. Looks to the social club side. There's a lot of movement down deep from Dan Davey. It's a long lead. The ball goes in that direction. He's going to be followed in by Matt Crowell and Alistair Ray. Alistair Ray flies high from the back. Can't complete the mark. Caruana leaves it behind. They all jump on top. Somehow the ball comes out via Jacob Hickey. Dan Toman gets inside handball, but it's intercepted by Taylor Hine. He gets wrapped up in a tackle and he gets slammed back to the ground. Here, centre wing on the social club side of the ground.
Well, she's a hot footy at the moment.
So Mark Orr and Tim Martin renew rivalries. Orr gets his hand to it, taps it out to the boundary line. Calvaresi sweeping through. His ball smothered. Ball's bouncing dangerously into the forward line. Andre Hedbury runs in on the left boot, has a flying shot and misses to the near side. So Diggers rest. 1-2-8, leading Woodend-Hesket. Yet to score. 4.5 minutes gone on Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
He's looking dangerous, yeah.
His height and his speed. Hawks kick in. Down there, and that's a good mark taken down there by big Tommy Evans. Chris Lawton, sorry, Lawton. Kicks long, and that's taken down there by Benny McMahon. Deep into the pocket. And he's going back, he's turned his back on the play, he's going to have a shot. And that's not an easy pocket to kick from, that one.
Yeah, tough pocket, especially with this sort of wind coming across the ground a little bit.
Comes in, pops it up high, and he's missed to the right. Yes, he has. They missed everything.
That's why it's a tough pocket.
Good call. Coach him, did you?
No.
No. There's someone you didn't coach.
He should have learned a lesson if I coached him.
Big Tate Pears brings the ball in, goes out to the outer side, half-back flank. They all fly, but strong mark there, Mark Orr. Right half forward, comes inboard, looks for Jacob Hickey and finds him.
Oh, in the middle of the grounds, that mystery man 42. We've got to find out who that is.
Finds him well. Left half forward flank on the left boot. Gets pushed as he kicks. Ball comes down. Schwarzenberg can't pick it up. Follows up with a great second effort with a nice little chipper. Finds Marcus Calvaresi in the hole.
Great kick.
Tom Schwarzenberg, very, very clever football there.
Yeah, and that's the areas that are really dangerous for the Hawks. If these Diggers guys that get on the outside start to get the ball in a little bit of space, if they're not going to put pressure on it, they're going to hit up these guys that are jumping inside forward 50 and being an option because they're these Borough players, they use the ball well by footers. Calvarezzi puts it straight over the goal up by his head.
And that takes them out to 2-2-14, leading Woodend-Hesket yet to score. 6.5 minutes gone in the first quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Very, very smart play there by Schwarzenberg. Just paddled the ball along, kept it in front of him, kept the ball alive, and that very, very clever, just deft touch kick puts it into space.
Well, it's they've dominated the first 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes of this quarter. They've had 5 inside 50s to Woodend's 1. So the Hawks just have to get their hands on the footy here, and they're not getting their hands on the footy. They're being beaten around those stoppages.
Ball goes up again. Martin wins it down. Caruana flying through, can't quite take it. Jacob Hickey takes Dan Toman too high. So Dan Toman gets it in the centre of the ground. Looks out to the commentary side, half forward flank. Big lead from Dan Davey, hits him on the chest. Davey looks inboard further down, looks for Tommy Gawthrop. Great head up. Tom Gawthrop. Cold touch on the mark.
I'm not sure that was touched.
No, I don't think that's so either.
That was right in front of us. So.
Very, very lucky. So Matty Kroll's going to take note. Mark Orr's told Kroll to get out of there. I'll take the ruck here, son. So Orr versus Davey. Davey with strength wins the ball down. And wrapped up there is Ryan Mullen. So we'll have a repeat stoppage here in the attacking forward 50 Woodend-Hesket. Been able to lock the ball in. Orr takes out of the ruck, kicks it very, very high up and down. Duff Tyler at the back with the spoil. Ball comes down. Schwarzenberg can't pick it up. They jump back on top. And it'll be a ball up on the edge of the square, attacking side for Woodend-Hesket.
Better by the Hawks there. They've got it just settled a little bit after that last Calvarezzi goal and back in the contest.
Umpire throws it up. Orr and Martin. All punches down. Toman one way then the other. Handball's out. Bottom of the pack comes down out to Medlin, who kicks long. Ball hits the deck. Alistair Ray with his big body, well tackled. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up about 40 metres out from the Woodend goal.
That is some hairstyle from Sam Medlin, isn't it? It's going to be easy to call him all day.
You're not
That's
wrong.
a flowing mullet.
Orr against Ray. Orr takes it out of the ruck. Just kicks it long. Giddings over the back, punches it forward. Oh, numbers down there. Well tackled was Mullen. And the umpire's going to come and ball it up again. Jay White on the bottom of the pack there.
Who's your little love child that played for Lansfield?
Oh, that
Restevsky.
Yeah, that Medlin, does he remind you a little bit of him?
That. Both the ruckmen tap it up. Tap down out through Jay White. Kicks it long. Andre Hebry's got the start. Now it's a sprint. They pick it up. Hedbury on the left foot has a flying shot for goal, and that's his. Oh, hang on, it's taking a right-hand turn. Oh, well tackled down there was Jensen. Hawks with numbers on the bottom of the pack. They're going to run it out, and it's come out down here through Pears, is it?
Duff Tyler.
Duff Tyler. Oh, that's right, 23 now. He's changed his jumper. Oh, big Timmy Martin went hard at it. Down here through Cole Laurie. Kicks it long back into the forward line. Numbers with Mitchie Day on his right foot. Leans back and kicks it, and that's the third goal for the Borough. 3-2-20, leading Woodend yet to score. We played 10 minutes nearly in the first quarter.
Yeah, just we spoke about the guys out and open and the young guys from Diggers, but the wise heads as well. Cole Laurie out there then, just class, didn't panic, took control of the situation. Left boot, inside forward 50, Mitchie Day just outpointed his opponent. Was really nice from Cody Bowen down defensive 50, but you've got to have support down there, and Woodend just has to use the ball better coming out of defensive 50.
It's a bit of a flying start from the Borough, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I'd be worried if I was Josh Pound with Marcus Stapleton on Andre Hedbury there. He just burnt him way too much pace. Yeah. Ball goes up, one down by Evans. Again, flying shot out of the mid-air, kicks it forward, but it's marked there by James Wiseman at left half back. Wiseman goes out to the outer side wing and finds Bramley. Dean Bramley, first time we've called him today. Looks up forward, goes inboard. It's a dangerous kick. Dan Davey picks it up on the first bounce, goes further inboard with an absolute worm burner.
It's going to work.
Might work out for him. Those as it runs and runs and runs.
Goal.
Dan Davey. That'll be the ugliest goal he kicked, but at least it's on the scoreboard. Woodend, their first score of the day. 1 straight 6, trailing Diggers Rest 3-2-20. 10.5 minutes gone, first quarter, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And they desperately needed that goal there, the Hawks. And even if it's just a scramble goal at the moment, you take whatever you can get to build some momentum.
The coach has come off for Josh, and he's coming. I think he'll be walking and having a look at the whiteboard and making a few little tactical moves. Siri's come on, gone straight forward.
Yeah, with that inside 50, I know it was an ugly sort of a kick, but Tom Gawthorpe didn't have a great change of direction there. When the ball didn't come in his direction, he just kept going on those train tracks and he could not move.
Up it goes again. No one's advantage. Tip down. Hawks out of the middle quickly. Down there looking for Medland. Handballs back. Back to Medland. One way then the other. And over to the big... Is that Timmy Martin? And he just lays back and sticks the boot into it. Looking for Gawthorpe down front. He's had his head ripped off and he's going to get a free kick. Play on. Looking down there. Ball's tapped forward by Jay White. Oh, here's an opportunity again for Alistair Ray, and that's his second for the goal. Second for the quarter. And that brings the Hawks back into it.
Yeah, that was well front and centre rove there by Sam Medlin. Kept following the ball down. And well done to Alistair Ray, who had got the Joe the Goose over the top.
Second, I made a little error. That was his first. As Gavin steals the text with disgust off me and writes on the board what I should have written.
Paul's a bit rattled because we've had a couple of Burrows players with wrong
They're all
numbers.
changing their numbers and it's killing us.
And it's killing Paul. Well, I mean, it was his job to find out about the Burrows numbers before the game, and he's let us down significantly.
What numbers they got and who's playing.
You know that doesn't happen. We've got to go and get it
lie
ourselves.
to us every game, especially today. We didn't
One
want
job
to
you
lie.
had.
Oh,
One
no,
job.
Sorry.
We got Ben Toman on Caruana here. This will be interesting to see. It's an early change. Ball goes up. One down by Martin out the back. They all fly in on top. Wiseman gets the handball out. In flies Mullen. I thought he had his head ripped off, but the umpire says ball it up right inside the double circles.
When Timmy Martin gets hold of you, you get well held.
The ball goes up again. Davis first Martin. Martin taps it down. Comes off the boot of White. Sends it forward. So it's got to be a high, well contested there. And that is
Josh Wallace.
Josh Wallace. Wallace over the top till the boundary. Looks for Jensen. Jensen flies. Bowen takes it over.
It's kicked off the ground. No.
Jensen's claiming it. Jensen's claiming it.
Here.
No, I think it's been called back. So it comes out via Cody Bowen. Comes to the boundary, the commentary side wing. Despoiled from behind from Hedbury. Ball comes down to Calvaresi. This way, that way, deep in the pocket. Goes with a flying banana. Calvaresi.
That is
Marcus Calvaresi. That's his second of the day. And that's going to be hard to beat for goal of the day, guys.
Oh, I don't think you're... there's not going to be many more contenders that look like that one. What an absolute ripper. But again, it was the ball use coming out of defensive 50 from Woodend. Diggers forces the turnover. They hit the scoreboard, kick a goal. That's the third goal that's come from a Woodend exit out of defensive 50.
Pressure and speed kills.
And Jai White, he was one of the inclusions for today's game. He's been impactful already. Just get your hand in there. Unfortunately, his hand in the defensive 50 ended up leading the goal, but he's getting around the ground.
So Davis up against Martin. Davis jumps high, but Martin stays down, just taps it forward. Burren's on the bottom of the pack. Bramley's down there for the Hawks, and the umpire's going to come in and throw it up again. Nearly 14 minutes played this quarter. They bump and they push. Martin's in front, too strong, takes it out of the air, kicks it forward, looking fast, Siri. Ball comes down the back, well marked down, O'Loughlin, well tackled, and that should be dropping the ball. That's going to be a free kick to Diggers.
Yeah, it was either going to be dropping the ball or a high fend off either way. Great pressure.
Deep in defence, looking for movement. There's not a lot happening for them. They're a bit stagnant coming out of defence at the moment. Just kicks it long down the line, looking for Davis, the ruckman, and Martin. Ball's just going to run out of bounds. We're going to get it thrown in. Right on centre wing, far side of the ground.
Yeah, look, the ball went to the big fellas, Davis and Martin there. They just got locked up in the contest and forgot to go for the ball. So the umpire throws it in right on centre wing. Martin and Davis, they're both locked in. Martin hits it forward. They're all on track. In comes Mullen. He can't quite pick it up. Tackle as he kicked. The ball's just bouncing around here. Ball comes out by Jacob Hickey to Cole Laurie to Mullen. The ball's a bit too hot for him. He goes in. Oh, Dan Tobin's gone in high, I thought. They all jump back on top, and Jacob Hickey will tie it up.
And that's why he's wearing a helmet, because he uses his head as a battering ram.
So we balled up on the point of the square, attacking side for Woodend-Hesket. Ball goes up again. Martin has front position. Davis finds his way, knocks it forward. Running onto it was White. Oh, big contest. He managed to get the handball away. Handball comes out again. Jai White, he's got some time if he can pick it up. Kyle Bang. Oh, Duff Hall runs past him. Caruana has it now. Long inside 50, looking for Jensen. Great hit. Mitch Jensen, Caruana.
It's a long
Jensen
way out.
wants to play on. Does that. Looking for Hedbury, but goes over the top. Sorry, it was Mitch Day. Ball comes down. Bramley runs through the contest. He's wrapped up. Ball is in contested dispute. Right forward pocket here for Diggers Rest. And it'll be a ball up.
Take a breath, mate. Bramley here, I thought he was very unlucky not to be given a free kick against him because he went through the pack in a mere mile an hour. So Hedbury up against Martin. Martin just punches it forward. Hawks just bang it on their boot down through. We haven't got a 23. Oh, yes,
Duff
we have.
Tyler.
That's Duff Tyler. We're mucking us up all day with that one. Far wing, pushing it out, and Tommy Pound picks it up for the Hawks. Brings it back into the middle of the ground. Looking down here for Baker. Baker just well tackled. The umpire's going to ping him, and that's holding the ball. And Gav's walked off in disgust with that. He doesn't believe that's the case.
I'm not.
Into the middle of the ground. Short kick looking for Orr. Orr wasn't 15. Play on, says the umpire. Comes back one way then the other. Touch Taylor Hind. By hand, the Borough trying to get it out. Calvaresi's taken. Hawks turn it over. Slammed on the boot. Here's a chance. It's going to run into goal, and he's kicked it. I think that was Alistair Ray, wasn't it?
No, it's going to end up Gawthrop because it bounced off the umpire. It didn't cross the line, so it ends up Gawthrop kicks it off the ground, and it's a goal to
Oh,
Gawthrop.
come on, you got to get the Ray bombed at 50 for that. Umpire's paid the goal. Adam Isley, Mr. Controversial. First quarter, we've got one he should have gone to the review on. We were waiting for him to call and hasn't done it. Come on, Adam. You're better than that. So who are we giving it to?
Good, that's Gawthrop's goal from mine. I believe the ball has to cross the line, so
Geez,
it didn't.
Alistair Ray will be dirty on this. All right, we'll give it to Tommy Gawthrop.
But really, much better build-up from the Hawks. Their tackle pressure there around the middle of the ground to force the turnover was excellent.
That was a good 60-metre kick too.
Well, we could see now that the wind's starting to impact that ball coming down.
Well, we've got our Wallen flag on the other side of the ground there, which is our windsock for the day, and it is quite blowing over that way.
Ball goes up again. Neither Ruckman wins it down. Ben Toman versus Calvaresi.
Oh,
Ducks
head
in.
down.
Horn's gone in very, very high. But Ben Toman will be awarded the free kick. Defensive side of the centre circle. Toman switches to the outer side, looking for Wiseman. Finds him. Wiseman has to stop and go back over the mark. He's got Tim Martin forward, and that's where he goes. Martin still half forward. Swings around, lays a big boot into it, goes high. Ball's going to let it travel. Josh Pound, great body work. Very, very smart football. Mentioned that multiple times over this final series. Wow. When he impacts, something's usually happening really well for Woodend.
And don't have to be Einstein to work out the bombing into the forward lines the way they're going to be going in today.
I like the fact that they've lifted their level of physicality. So Diggers dominated the quarter. It's unfortunate for Woodend, but they've lifted the level of physicality now. They've got the opportunity to kick their fourth of the quarter to make it about level, but this is now a 3 or 4 goal win.
Yeah.
So in comes Josh Pound, sends it on its way.
Got it.
Umpire does not move. So the coach gets them back to within 2 points, 4 straight 24. Trailing Diggers Rest 4-2, 26, 19 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
It's a risky play to be relying on bombing the ball into your forward line for 4 quarters of footy.
It just depends. It depends on what you're doing. These kicks in at the moment are going to one-on-one contests, so that's the significant difference. If you're bombing into pack marks, absolutely agree. But at the moment, they're getting one-on-ones inside their forward 50.
But apart from our series, there's not a lot of speed down there. Oh, sorry, Josh. I probably just canned you out a bit there, but even the coach is not able to.
Poor old Riley Patterson.
Okay. Shoot me down, mate.
You just called everyone in their forward line slow.
Well, they are. Out through the middle of the ground comes Caruana. Kicks long down there. Mitchy Jensen's pushed underneath the ball. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Taylor Hind takes it. Oh, Taylor Hind, we've given it to someone else. Cody Bowen takes the ball out of bounds, and there's going to be a throw in. Borough in attack.
Jaden Caruana's low bullets, they're travelling very, very far into this heavy wind, so
Absolutely.
He's going to be dangerous going when they have the wind going in the next quarter.
Martin in front, taps it down. Hawks on the bottom of the pack. One way just in the middle going nowhere. I reckon the umpire's going to come back and we're going to throw it in. And we're only about 15 metres out from the Borough goal. We've got another player we don't know, number 4. Up it goes. Martin just punches it forward. Picked up down there by Caruana. Comes out wide,
Great
looking
hit.
for a marking time. And that's a great kick.
And you called it there. It's his usage so far in this first quarter is the reason that the Borough are hitting the scoreboard against this breeze. His usage into the wind has been fantastic.
So Jacob Hickey has the ball. Played nearly 21 minutes into the first quarter.
I think it's going to be a long quarter today. 8 goals scored already.
She's a bit of a shootout.
And a perfect time to have a shot at goal too. The wind has died right down.
In he comes, important goal needed here for him. Lays back on it, pops it up high. It's missed to the left. Actually, it's gone short to no one's advantage. Burrow first down there. Oh, he's had his head ripped off, and that's going to be a free kick down to Jensen.
Oh, that's 50.
50.
Very silly. Surely that's 50.
He's not calling him back. No, he's let him get away with it.
Oh, he's a little bit closer than what we are. Do you think there might have been a little bit of Oscar work in that one?
There was some mayo on it. There was some mayo on the little Joel Selwood shoulder shrug as well to get the high kick.
You two played defence all your career, did you?
Yeah, leave the defenders alone, mate.
You don't get this body from playing forward pocket, all right?
Yes, you do.
You got to sit on the forward pocket, the other fat forward pocket.
Jensen, right in front of their coach's box, comes around, puts it up high, and
he's got so much talent, this kid.
There's another one. It's his second. That takes Diggers 5-2, 32.
To 4 straight.
4 straight.
On the Bendigo Bank
scoreboard.
So
we get it out
just
today.
on that, Gav, who's got the better celebration, Mitch Jensen or Calvaresi?
No,
they're both giving it to the crowd.
Well, look, both Jensen's goals have been just routine set shots at goal. It has to be the Calvary. The turnaround 2 fingers to the sky right next to the boundary line, that's still the winner for me.
Yeah, and it happens to be at the bar end as well, where everyone's a little bit more vocal, so it helps as well.
They're all half pissed, that's why, let's be honest.
You said that, not me. We drink responsible here at Romsey. Ball goes up again in the middle of the ground. Martin versus Orr. Orr wins the tap out down. Ball comes back down. Well done by Orr. Shovels it out to Calvaresi. Can't quite pick it up. O'Loughlin comes in off the wing. Comes out via Bramley. He's wrapped up as well. There'll be a ball up inside the centre circles.
O'Loughlin did really well then. He was at a big risk of giving away a free kick, but he managed his way out of it quite well.
Orr wins it down towards Jacob Hickey. He's running through. Picks the ball up. Tackled by Baker. Gets the handball out. Comes out via Flower. He sends it forward. Gets punched from behind over McMahon. Jacob Hickey continues to follow up again. Another inside ball. All alone there is Chris Lawton. Jacob Hickey just continued following that ball down again. Just does not stop.
Put your money on Lawton?
He's generally a pretty good shot at goal.
He'd be kicking from just inside the beautifully painted 50s here. Doesn't it look great when they've got the multicolour? It makes it feel a bit more like AFL style. In come Chrissy Lawton. Wind has died down. Sends a boot into it. It's heading straight towards the right goalpost and just sneaks in. Chris Lawton kicks his first. Diggers 6 for the quarter, 6-2, 38, leading Woodend-Hesket 4 straight, 24.
I suppose what's even more impressive about this performance of Diggers at the moment, they're kicking into probably a 2-goal breeze.
Yeah, so, easily 2 to 3 goals. And they're dominating the inside 50s as well. And with the wind like this, Woodend should really be making more or taking advantage of opportunities to get the ball forward. We've got it's 11 to 8 for the inside 50s at the moment. Diggers' favour. They're also in front in those clearances as well. 8 to 5. So Diggers just on top.
Orr and Martin. Martin taps it over his head. Bottom of the pack. Just puts his head down over the top of the footy.
Surely
Timmy
that's too
Martin
high.
Gone.
Oh.
Well, if you put your head down over the footy,
you've got to put your head over it to pick it up.
Oh, he's a bit ginger too, the big fella.
Not surprised someone ran into his head.
Diggers with the ball. Kicking long, looking down for Mitchy Jensen. Tatey Pears caught one right in the back. Jensen got him fair and square.
And it's 50 as well.
I don't know.
Was that from the one contest or was it something happened afterwards I didn't see?
Unless he's paid to Mark and said he hit him late, but still I think it was sort of instantaneous.
Mitchy might have had a bit of a comment on the way through as well.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, come on. Pears lays back, kicks it long, looking down for Asiri. Didn't even go for the ball. And the ball's going to run out of bounds. That was not great from Mr. Asiri. He needs to have a little look at that one.
That's also not his job, though, right? We don't want him sitting under the footy.
There are times when it's your turn to go, and that was his turn to go, and he didn't.
So it'll be a throw in, right half forward flank for Woodend-Hesket.
Martin's about 6 inches shorter after that head knock.
Well done. Tapped down there by Martin. Goes to Ben Toman. They jump on top of him. It'll be a ball up just inside the 50.
It looks like a rugby league player now. His neck's disappeared.
Hawks desperately need just to impact the scoreboard again here before the quarter ends.
Or pushes past Martin, taps it down. Sam Medlin pushes it back inside 50. Toman gets a handball out, punched forward by Hine. Mullen gets his head ripped off by Medlin. He's called holding the ball.
Oh, my goodness. All right, I'm on your bandwagon there. That's red hot.
So Sammy Medlin I would say he's
No,
extremely lucky. No, it's going to go to Medlin for the tackle. Extremely lucky to get this free kick.
Have a shot, young fella.
So Sam Medlin chips it in forward, looking for Ray.
Great
sticky hands. Alistair Ray.
Did call for him to have a shot.
Yeah.
55.
3-goal win. Pop it up there, let it travel.
Now, Alistair Ray over the final series.
All of their goals have come from 55.
No, it's true. They have.
Alistair Ray has been very vital up forward for Woodend-Hesket during this final series.
Sticky fingers, hasn't he?
Sticky fingers, and he has a true goal-kicking technique, considering the first half of the year he was playing as a backman. You know, and we know, Paul, you don't like backman kicking for goals. It's like ruckman.
And that's why I got my eyes closed right now, because this could go anywhere.
For a number of years, though, Alistair Ray's been that swing-type player for Woodend. He's played both ends of the ground. He's kicked a lot of goals in the Rdfnl. So, he'll back himself in here, so he should. I think captain's goal coming up.
In comes Ray. Sends it on its way. He went to celebrate early, but it swung late, so it's to the right. That's their first miss of the day. 4-1-25.
Nothing more unreliable than a defender who's moved forward.
Trailing Diggers Rest 6-3-39. 27 minutes gone, first quarter, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
And the Borough bring it back in, out through Schwarzenberg, who has lost his blonde hair. It's making it a nightmare to call. And Big Orr takes the mark. And there's a siren for quarter time, I think. Yes, it is.
It doesn't sound like they've increased that volume of that siren from last week, has it?
So Diggers Rest 6-3-39, leading Woodend 4 straight 24 in a little bit of a shootout quarter of football.
Yeah, high scoring, and there was a bit of physicality to it.
Yep. So
So defensively, they're a little bit behind both sides, really. The difference is Diggers are getting opportunities by putting the ball inside their forward 50. They had 12 inside 50s to 10 in that quarter, kicking against the wind.
Yeah.
And just took the most. 12 inside 50s for 9 scoring shots is pretty good going from the Borough.
the concerning bit, and look, they've kicked 4 straight, is the way the Hawks are bringing it in. They're bombing. And they're relying on getting goals from outside 50, and that's not sustainable for 4 quarters of football in the grand final side, where when you look at how the Borough are bringing the ball forward, they're deliberate in their having their shots from goal from about 35 metres out, and that's more sustainable, and that's why they're in front, because the closer you are, the better the odds are of you getting the goal. They had nine scoring shots to 5, so nearly double.
It'll be interesting to see in the next quarter, because as they were using the win and they were trying to get it to their players at the back in one-on-one contest, because the Diggers Rest defenders were sagging in front, so they had them out the back. Kicking into this wind in the next quarter, they're not going to be getting them over the back as easy as that. So it'll be interesting to see what the Woodend-Hesket forwards, what the plan are.
How many times when there's a little bit of a breeze like this, though, and you see your side trying to utilise the wind in the first quarter, they come out, they play a different style because they're against the wind, and it changes their fortunes.
Yep. And the Borough set up this quarter, I mean, let's be honest, we're going to see, Mitchie Jensen, he'll sit in the square. Day will probably come up the ground a bit. So if they do have to kick long, they've still got a great marking forward down there in Jensen sitting right there.
And when you're talking about guys that can carry through 50 and kick long goals, Diggers have got those players. Calvarezzi, Caruana, these guys, if they get space coming through the middle of the ground and the forward 50 opens up for them to run and carry, it's going to be pretty tough to stop the way they set up.
And given that first quarter, Orr was on top of Martin as well, he's giving his midfielders the first use. If he gives the Calvarezzi's, the Caruanas of the world, he gives them a forward hit target as they're running through that centre square, good night. It's going to be a long, long day. And these midfielders, they can kick 60 on the run with this win today. So, look, it's going to be an interesting, great first quarter of football. Let's have a quick break and we'll come back just at the start of the second quarter. Thank you very much. And welcome back here to Romsey Park on Rdfnl Grand Final Day. We've just had a double overtime victory for Woodend-Hesket in the A-grade netball. They've won 46 to Riddle 37, so a huge game there, double overtime. Can't go much wrong with that.
No.
The Rdfnl have got to be super happy with the way the final series have played up so far.
The weather's been beautiful, close games of footy, good crowds, what could we ask for?
So start of the second quarter here, Diggers Rest leading 6-2-38 to Woodend-Hesket 4-1-25. Diggers Rest kicking with what we think 2 to 3 goal wind. It is a blustery breeze. It is dying and then pulling back up. So
standing out there before is actually stronger out there than you actually give it credit for. So a good 2 to 3 goals to the right of screen.
Not surprised with the way the ball's carried, particularly in that quarter when Woodend they did get a couple of those goals where they just threw it on the boot and it just carried.
As we wait for all the Macedon under-18s who are
Still celebrating their
having
grand
a few
final.
quiet ones out there to get off the ground.
We'll just quickly go through the goal kickers from the first quarter. Mitch Jensen with 2, Mitch Day 1, Calvaresi with 2, Chris Lawton 1 for Diggers Rest, and all single goal kickers for Woodend-Hesket. 1 to Tom Gawthrop, 1 to Alistair Ray, 1 to Josh Pound, and 1 to Dan Davey.
So if you're the Woodend coach this quarter, what are you going to say to them? You've got to keep the ball low. You've got to start running in. Your forwards have got to start leading. We can't rely on bombing, especially in the wind. The ball's going to sit up. It's going to give the defenders opportunities to come in and spoil. So really important the Woodend actually start lowering the ball and carrying it in.
Rucks will go at it to start the second quarter. Martin and Orr, no one really wins that one. It bounces off both their heads. Martin tries to go back and get it. In goes Hickey. He can't feed it out. Toman tries to feed it to his brother. He's being held, and Dan Toman's going to get the first clearance of the second quarter. Swings the ball out wide. Woodend just looking to build here and move the ball low into the wind. Martin does well to work wide. Right in front of the Romsey scoreboard. Kicks a low worm burner inside 50. It's a beauty. And he hits up his skipper. Tom Gawthorpe takes the mark from that tough pocket that we keep speaking about.
He decapitated about 5 worms on the way through. That was a beautiful kick. That's one thing, though, I say this due respect to what a ruckman does. You don't really want your ruckman having to push out into the hole like that. That's more of a midfielder's role.
They've gotten a little bit more mobile these days, mate, when we played the ruck.
Yeah, but I could outrun Tim Martin.
As the kick is on its way from Gawthorpe to the top of the square, Ray flies, can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. Hines going to clean it up for the Burrows. He tries to feed the handball out, pressure there, but just sloppy in the end. Free kick's going to go to the Borough, and it's going to go to Calvaresi.
So Calvaresi in the right back pocket here for Diggers Rest. Looking down the line, there's been some leads from McMahon, but he's going to go short to Cole Laurie.
Come back.
Go back. You're not over your mark, son.
No, there's a spectator on the ground. The umpire's kicking him out. Getting him on the other side of the fence.
We don't want anyone getting dangerous there. So
If you look around the ground, everyone's half on it.
Calvaresi, take 2, goes high, looking for Lawton and Hedbury. Hedbury's going to fly from 4 deep. Out the back comes to Tim Martin. Gives the handball off to O'Loughlin. His ball smothered. Schwarzenberg has a flying shot. He fresh airs it. They're all just jumped back on top of that. And Calvaresi will be wrapped up. Ben McMahon, sorry. So it is the right half back flank for Woodend-Hesket.
Good indicator of pressure earlier. The Hawks have really upped the pressure ante down their forward line.
Well, they had to. They've been slow starters in first halves. Martin wins it down to Toman. He gets his kick, but only as far as Calvaresi. He runs and carries with a little bit of a wobbler down to half forward. It's Caruana. He's in a one-on-one contest out there with Duff Tyler. Caruana just keeps pushing the ball out towards the boundary. Steps around Duff Tyler on the right foot. Kicks inside 50. Beautiful kick. Schwarzenberg pushes inside forward 50 and takes the mark.
Schwarzenberg's pushing in forward 50 a fair bit at the moment.
Caruana's single effort over there just kept the ball in front of him, 2-on-1. The turn on a dime was magic. Then just a little chip kick to Schwarzenberg. So
it just reminded us watching Gavin his heyday playing.
That's exactly right. I would have turned on a dime too because I wouldn't have been running.
Yep.
Schwarzenberg comes in.
And popped a knee at the same time.
Deliberate approach. Right foot kick is on its way towards goal. Bit of work for Iceman to do. But it goes through for a behind.
Impressive movement from the Iceman there.
Bendigo Bank scoreboards. Diggers 6-440. Woodend 4-125.
Schwarzenberg then he followed up from this half back line too all the way through. It's a great work rate. Dan Toman brings the ball in. Chips it short and finds his brother Ben Toman. Still inside defensive 50. Ben Toman looks out wide, decides against that option. It's still there if he wants it. Goes further wide, and it's well marked at the back by James Wiseman. Just got the hops on top of Chris Norton. Wiseman comes in board back to Ben Toman, the 1-2. So they're just outside defensive 50 now.
They certainly have changed the way they played. They've lowered the eyes now. They're not bombing.
There's not a lot of forward movement. Josh Pounds led to the wing. It's going to go over his head. At the back looking for Martin, but in front there, Mark Orr. So Mark Orr is going everywhere with Tim Martin at the moment.
Outpointed him in a couple of marking contests too, or as he goes long down towards half forward. Caruana tries to use the body. Jensen smart out the back. He gets wrapped up by Bowen though, putting that pressure on. Duff Tyler goes back to support. Jensen goes again. Tries to feed it out. Ben Toman to Dan Toman. He tries to feed the ball back to Chapman, but it goes out of bounds for a throw in.
You can see Jensen's eyes, they just lit up. He saw the goals and he was running into them.
He kicked 2 in the game against Wallen in the same fashion out the back, so he can read the flights so well. Ball gets thrown in deep in the left forward pocket here for Diggers Rest. Flying shot out of the air was Mitch Day's been called for in danger. Mitch is asking for a holding the man free kick against Martin, but the umpire says, no, thanks, mate. You can't kick it off his hand. So Tim Martin has it deep in defensive 50. Goes very, very short to Arsieri. No, it's Duff Tyler, sorry. Duff Tyler. So Toby Duff Tyler.
You fell for that one. I've done it first quarter.
Has it. Still in defensive 50. Goes long down to the outer side wing looking for Ray. But in front, too strong there. Oh, he's been called to play on.
No,
Taylor Hine. He dives in. Handball's off to McMahon. Jams on his left boot. Goes out the back. Ball bounces on its end. Well done there from Woodend. Able to read the ball. Come back by Wallace. Wallace kicks it high, but Michael Stapleton's all by himself in the defensive goal square.
Just read that well, Stapleton. Come back, relieve the pressure. Oh, it's not a great kick towards Pears. It's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a throw in.
Tony Pears tells him all about it.
Yeah, he didn't like the little bump.
No, Mitchie's going to bump you and annoy all game. That's what he does best.
Rucks will go at it. Mitchie Day's going to go up in the ruck again against Martin. Woodend got to hold strong here. Can't allow this lead to get out. Martin wins it down, follows his own ball. Handballs over the top to Schwarzenberg. He's been wrapped up by a Lachlan straight away.
They had a jumper and they had him by the scruff of the neck too. He's been unlucky not to get a free kick there.
Rucks will go at it again. Martin and Day. Day wins that one down. Duff Tyler gets it smothered off the boot though. Goes back towards half back. It's Pears, picks it up, goes to Chapman, but he's pushed out of bounds and we'll have another throw in.
So they've locked it in really well here, Diggers. The pressure is on. They've got a wall set up here at the back as well. Lachlan Hickey.
One player in the centre half, in the forward half of the borough.
The ball goes thrown up very, very high. A Hedbury versus Martin. No one gets to the ball. Ball comes down, intercepted by Ryan Mullen, wrapped up and driven into the ground. So again, it'll be another repeat stoppage, probably 25 out from the goal. Jaden Caruana was not happy with the treatment from Mullen. So it'll be a ball up. Hedbury's going to go against Martin again. Martin just gets his big frame in front. One down by Hedbury. Calvaresi! Great roving goal. Marcus Calvaresi, that's his third of the day.
He's absolutely dominating at the moment, Marcus Calvaresi. Everywhere around the ground, he's winning the ball in the back half, he's winning the ball through the middle, and what a ripping goal, PT.
They just, all they're doing is putting their numbers in, locking the ball in, and just pure weight of numbers. A bit like the Giants last night, mate. They just keep pushing the ball forward, keep pushing it in, lock it in, and eventually you're going to get an opportunity and shot at goal. And that's all that was. Marcus Calvaresi taking an opportunity that was given to him.
Yeah, in the pre-game, I think we mentioned right at the very start of the game, oh, we forgot about Marcus Calvaresi. How can we do that? Geez, he's reminded us all right now, hasn't he?
He's the best player on the ground at the moment. Easily 3 goals in the first half and plenty of the footy around the ground.
So 7 minutes gone, second quarter. Diggers Rest extend their lead, 7-3-45 to Woodend-Hesket 4-1-25. Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Ball's back in the middle now. Mark Orr versus Tim Martin again. Orr goes early, gets a very good ride, smashes it forward. Overruns it there was Jacob Hickey. Ryan Mullen comes off the half forward line and wraps up Woodend, still inside the centre square.
Don't know if you boys have noticed it, but the wind's picked up a little bit.
Yeah, we can hear it through the mics there at the moment. There's
our TV's wobbling and the score, our team sheets are wobbling all over the joint. It's big rider.
Martin wins that one down. It's all Diggers at the front of the pack, but Toman gets an opportunity. Ball spills out towards Hickey. He's wrapped up and we'll have another bounce.
So one thing that Dan Toman, every time he gets hold of the football, he's been tackled straight. He has got zero room to work in at the moment.
Rucks to go at it again. Orr and Martin. It's already been a fantastic contest. Martin down to Toman. Gets his kick away towards centre half forward. Alistair Ray. He's in front. Taylor Hines gone to him now. He's wrapped up straight away as the ball hits the deck. And we'll have another bounce. But great spoil there from Taylor Hines.
If that ball got out, they were off the Hawks. They had them running past and well wrapped up.
Right on attacking 50 for Woodend-Hesket. Ball goes up. Martin wins a tap out down. The ball bounces right on its point. Mullen tries to come through. Wallace, he jams on the boot. That's gone a running torpedo somehow. Duff Tyler out of the air, kicks it off. Spoil comes back off Stapleton. Mitch Day pushes off one, swings around on the right boot, has a flying shot and has missed. Had Andre Hedbury and Mitch Jensen all alone there in the attacking 50.
Takes hands went on his head, mate.
Diggers Rest 7-4-46, leading Woodend-Hesket 4-1-25. 9 minutes gone, second quarter.
Benny McMahon getting plenty of drive through the middle of the ground too. He's gone in to replace Calvaresi and doing the same job. Chapman, long kick out towards Martin. It's punched out of bounds and we'll have a throw in.
I know we didn't give it a lot of time, but how good is a running torp? It's the best thing to see in local footy. I love it. Everyone has a crack at it. Not many people can get onto them though.
Rucks to go at it again. It's Davis and Martin. He's been drawn neutral, Davis, as the ball comes down. Well sharked inside, forward 50 towards Jensen. Bowen does well to slap it away. Oh, he's just given that straight up to Caruana. That was Toman. And it looks like that tackle pressure that Toman's faced, the last couple of times he's just been a bit nervous feeding the
all
footy
the
out.
people you don't want to give it to, Caruana's one of them.
Rucks go at it again. Nobody gets a clear hit out. Davis is just wrestling. Caruana, left foot to the top of the goal square. Hedbury can't take the mark. Stapleton does well. Drop there by Pound. He can't feed it out. Duff Tyler takes it over the line, and it's going to be a rush behind.
Well, they were looking for a free kick out of that one.
Yeah, I don't
like their chances.
No, you're not getting a rush behind when your players are right up the defender's backside.
So in comes Dan Toman. Gets a little bit of a break from Hickey. Sends it out defensive 50. Ray flies from behind. Ball comes down. In by Jake Hickey. Brings a great inside ball. That's to Flower. Josh Flower.
So
they're still keeping their eyes very low kicking with this breeze, aren't they? They're still not bombing away here.
When you've got a breeze like this, it's where you want to be, about 35 metres out, because at the moment, the ball, prior to this, the ball's going deep into the forward line, and they had too many numbers around the ball. It was too hard for them to get a score.
They've got so many of this type of player. Flower, Calvarezzi, Caruana. They're just all over the McMahon. They're all very, very stocky, strong little midfielders. And Flowers, left footer, usually a good user. Ball is on its way. He's missed to the left. I've mozzed two of them today now.
You have. You and Iceman must be on the mic together there.
So it's going to be brought in now by Tyson Chapman. Chapman has it, looking to the outer side half-back flank. He's got Fazzolari short if he wants him. Decides to play on. He's in two minds now, kicks it very, very high. They're all going to fly for this. Half-back flank. Some have been tunnelled. Ball goes up very high. Flying from the back was Wallace very early. Unrealistic attempt. That's the name for it, isn't it? So
the pressure's really sharp. When Tyson Chapman had the ball then, he didn't know where to go or what to do.
The deepest forward here for Woodend-Hesket is Dan Davey, who's 10 metres inside.
And I think he's actually
side.
switched into the ruck.
The ball goes out there to wide, looking for Dan Davey. Pushed underneath it here for Davis,
Can't put their hands in the back.
So now this is where they've got to push very hard down here, Woodend-Hesket.
And they're not doing it overly
They got Tom O'Loughlin in board if he wants it and doesn't take it. That's been shut down now by Mullen. So Davey has it. The move's been made. He's been called to play on. Runs around Davis. Sends it inside 50. Sitting on the head there of Pound. Spoiled from behind. Dangerous ball this. Well done there by White. Just pushed it. It kept falling. Comes out. Interrupted there. But Medlin with the high fend off. Has a flying shot and is going to miss everything. Nice mark there by Matty Krull. Deep in the right back pocket.
Krull swings the ball out. It's a dangerous kick.
Good jump, Wiseman.
It's Wiseman over the top. Are they going to pay it? They are. And Wiseman's going to go back and try and have a shot, is he?
Bleeding his case. He thought we had set hands on it too.
This wind, I think it might be a bit beyond young Wiseman.
Everything you've spoken about today, the
I know.
opposite has happened.
I've just been wrong every time, so why not?
He's going to miss to the right. That's the call.
I don't even think he'll make the distance. Top of the square here. Gawthorpe for the fly.
Ray's back there as well.
As he comes in, the kick is on its way. Just falls short. Gawthorpe and Ray fly.
Free kick.
He's going to pay the mark. Man in front. They can't pay advantage. I know the Hawks want it, but they're going to pay the mark to the man in front. And I think it is Gawthorpe. And I have called that down to an absolute T.
You haven't called him to
kick falls short.
Yet.
Gawthorpe takes the mark. Called it.
Gavin Nostradamus Sprawl. Look at that.
Gavin stuff up Sprawl, I'd say.
He didn't stuff that up at all.
He hasn't kicked a goal.
He never
yet.
mentioned the goal.
I didn't say he'd kick a goal, but he will.
Oh,
bang! Straight over the goal umpire's head as Gawthorpe kicks his second. And the Hawks, that was a really important goal for the Hawks. And really, they just need to build that momentum, Paul.
They do, but look at that. They're not pretty smooth goals. That's the wrong phrase.
But that was a turnover, right? Yeah. That's how they got the goal.
So, but the pressure, the pressure base great final. You're going to put pressure on it. Today's the day, but it just seems to be going a little bit smoother for the Borough when it happens for them. It just seems like really hard work for the Hawks to get every one of their goals. Look, they've kicked a goal into the win. Good on them. I mean, there's still only one goal each this quarter. So,
and how often does it happen in footy where it's that Diggers rest end the whole way, point. Flings back the other end. First chance they get, they have to nail it, and they do that. So well done, Woodend-Hesket. Ball goes up. Davis.
What's the umpires picked the free kick under?
Yeah, a bit of a hold here. It's going to go to Toman.
So Dan Toman has it. Looking into his attacking 50. Just chips it out, looking for Gawthorpe. Goes over his head. Lachlan Hickey grabs it. He's wrapped up immediately. It'll be a ball up inside the defensive 50 here for Diggers Rest.
And he needs to get involved, Siri.
Absolutely, yeah. He hasn't hardly, I think we've called him yet.
Ball goes up. Ray versus Davis comes down via Taylor Hind, kicks it on the right boot. It's just bouncing. Andre Hedbury gathers a loose ball perfectly, takes an weird, ugly-looking bounce, sells some candy around Stapleton. Should have given the handball over to Jensen. Instead, he kicks it. Bad bounce for Toby Duff-Tyler, and in goes Wallace. Kicks there, Joe the Goose.
I'll say it. Great play, Andre Hedbury. Oh, that was dirty and disastrous. Someone teach him how to bounce the ball, because that looked like an under-10s bounce, but he got it over there.
It was effective. It was effective. That's a big concern, though, I think, right now for the Hawks, is Hedbury is just too fast for Stapleton.
Yeah.
So, that's probably we saw it a couple of times in the first quarter. We saw it again there. He's got too much pace, and he's just breaking it open.
Yeah, his athleticism is just too much.
Well, I did tip before the game. He's probably one of the most dangerous forwards floating on the ground. Am I right so far? Come on, give me a bit of credit.
Yeah.
It's killing you saying
How many
that,
goals did he kick?
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's given a few off. It's what his job is. I don't want him to see a bounce of footy again. Whatever you do, Andre, do not bounce the footy.
The foot candy was nice to see, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Love
it
a
was
bit of
lovely.
foot candy.
Yeah. As the Rucks will go at it again, it's Davey against Orr wins that one easily. As sweeping across the back is Toman. He finds the football. That is Bramley. Finds the football onto the right boot. Tries to go into the middle of the ground. Mullen. He's going to sweep up and feed the handball out wide. As Taylor Hine looking to give some run off halfback. Can't do it. Baker gets the footy inside forward 50. Ball goes over the back. Siri is looming. He pushes a little bit of pressure there. But the Burrows have done well. They'll get a clearing kick to halfback. And a beautiful mark.
Lachlan Hickey on the last line of defence there against Arceri was beautiful. So Ryan Mullen has it now at left half back. Chips it over. Intercepted well there by Davey. Read it well. Davey plays on quickly. Sends it inside 50 with a flying shot. Gawthorpe at the back. Gawthorpe, he's dropped it in the goal square. They all jump on top of him. Krull, and it's rushed behind.
There's an opportunity. Missed that one.
Yeah, had his name all over that. Tommy Gawthorpe had to take that mark.
So Woodend-Hesket now 5-2-32, trailing Diggers Rest 8-6-54, 16 minutes gone. Second quarter, Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Ball comes out from half-back. Martin's going to look to close down on Orr, but it's Chapman just jumped early, panicked against the big fella, and Orr's going to get the free kick. Looking to drive Diggers forward, pops it out over the top towards Hedbury, Stapleton. Hedbury just falls over. Giddings does well. That's too high. Should have been a free kick, but we'll have a throw in.
Tyson Chapman jumped before the ball even left Kyle Lowry's foot. That's how early he was.
Rucks to go at it again. Daniel Toman coming back onto the ground. Needs to start finding the footy and finding it into some space. Rucks, Martin and Orr. Nobody really wins it clear or gets a second tap forward. Goes down, that's too high. Flower's going to get a free kick. Right on centre wing.
Well, if you're going to give it off, you may as well make him earn it.
That's exactly right. Flower is going to look to build up. He had Calvarezzi out the back, ignores that. Goes long towards Mitch Day. He's going to fly ball on the deck. Burrows have got all the numbers. Hickey wrapped up but feeds the handball to Mitch Day. And he goes in and kicks his second of the day. As the Burrows start to get a little bit of momentum here and a bit of a concern here for the Hawks.
It is, and it's how it's happening too. It's the speed, the way the ball's coming in, that's coming in really quick, and the Hawk players are just getting caught out. And when the ball's bouncing over the back, first one's back there is the Burrows all the time.
Jacob Hickey's work rate here from the stoppage on the free kick that was too high for to Flower. His work rate against Dan Toman all the way down, and Dan Toman knew he didn't want to have him in the contest, so he kept following all the way down. And how strong was he to stand up in that tackle from Bowen to get the handball off to Mitch Day?
So where this is falling down for Woodend at the moment is the speed in the middle of the ground, because every time the Borough get the ball, they're just going quick as they possibly can.
Orr wins that one down. Ben Toman over the top to Dan Toman. He feeds the ball out wide. He's looking for his teammate in Wiseman. That's a high up and under inside forward 50. Marks will go at it, and it's going to be paid here to Chris Lawton, who's swung back to centre half back to play on Alistair Ray.
What a luxury to be able to throw a player like that around the ground.
Chris Lawton, left half back flank on the outer side. Sends it very, very high. Did not nail that at all. Flower versus Giddings in the middle of the ground.
Great
Giddings
work,
strong. Strong, great bodywork, Harley Giddings. So he's marked it just inside the centre circles. Chips it over and finds Ray. Ball from behind from Lawton, making up for that last skill error. Ball comes out. Schwarzenberg, hand candy, sends a worm burner forward. Stapleton goes through his fingers, but gets it on the second bounce. So Stapleton now swings it out further wide, finds Wiseman right in front of Power Concrete Cutting. Brings it in board. It's a shocking kick. Ben Wallace runs through. Goes inside 50. At the back looking for Jensen. Bowen's got the front position though. Ball bounces on its end and goes out of bounds to the left forward pocket here.
And they're all pointing to the top of the square, and that's where it should have gone. But it's easier said than done when you're under that much pressure.
Just a skill error from Josh Wallace, but he read the ball so well. And these are the little mistakes that Woodend can't afford to make in this game. As the ball will go in again, dangerous position. There it's 28 points the difference, and it starts to get a little bit out of control from here.
It does.
Rucks up, Stapleton versus Day. Stapleton wins that one down. It goes to Toman out the back. He spins and turns, feeds a handball out, but it's all Hickey and Diggers. He feeds the ball back to Schwarzenberg, but ends up back with Hickey. He swings inside. Flower again, all by himself, takes the mark, uncontested, inside forward 50, and another opportunity here for the Borough.
There is space everywhere for these forwards at the moment. They're just all pushing in down from the centre of the ground, creating options about 40 out, and they're hitting them up.
And he did miss one from here a couple of minutes, like 10 minutes ago, right?
Well, don't you say anything because you moz everybody.
They're not using the wind as in bombing it and letting the wind do the work. They're lowering their eyes still. Jacob Hickey again out there. He's been on fire today.
They kick this is getting a little ugly.
So in comes Josh Flower. Kick from 40. Sends it very high. The umpire shuffles to the left, but he snuck it in. Josh Flower. So that takes them to 9-6-60. Leading.
What's 10?
10-6-60. 66. Leading Woodend-Hesket 5-2, 32, 21 and a quarter minutes gone.
They've kicked 4 goals this quarter to 1, and that's the fair indication of what's happening into the game, to be honest with you. They're just lowering their eyes, and they're not blazing away, and they're hitting up half forwards and on ballers who are prepared to push in the hole.
And it's just
space.
little opportunities for the Hawks. Gawthorpe drops a mark in the goal square, which he could have brought it back to sort of 2 goals. That turnover there at half forward just hurts them every time.
And you mentioned it before, Dan Toman starting to panic a little bit because he's been under pressure. His handball out in space went to his direct opponent in Jacob Hickey.
Rucks go at it again. Orr wins that one down. Caruana throws his hands in the air trying to get a free kick. Martin on the bottom of the pack. Orr on top of him. And we'll have another bounce.
It just wasn't hands in the air. It was body, legs and everything were flying in the air trying to milk one out.
Ball up again. Martin wins that one down clearly. He's going to get a free kick for too high. And the Hawks get a centre clearance they desperately need. Goes inside forward 50. Davey came out strong but didn't contest in the end, and it's turned over.
Ball goes out to the outer side wing. Harley Giddings, just great work rate. Got back in front of his opponent. Harley Giddings on the attacking side of centre wing. Looking forward, but there is not a lot of movement at all. Has Josh Pound short. Goes over his head out the back, looking for Alistair Ray and Davey. But in front was Diggers Rest. And that is going to Taylor Hine.
Mr. Sticky Fingers, he's a pest down there, isn't he? Everywhere that ball goes and they bomb it, he's there.
But Taylor Hine has it left half back. Chips it short. Finds Chris Lawton. Lawton now looking forward, looking out to continue down that outer side. Sends it long with a long kick. Oh, Schwarzenberg goes early to keep Martin out of the contest, and that's going to be a Shepherd. Tim Martin will take it right on centre wing.
Giddings can walk off at half-time with his head held high for them.
Yeah, he's had a good 10 minutes
So's
here.
Martin.
Martin out to Toman. Toman looks into the middle of the ground for Duff Tyler. It's a nice kick. Gave him plenty of space. He's going to swing to Stapleton.
No.
It's dangerous, but Stapleton makes it look good. Takes the mark, settles here on the wing, looks for Ben Toman. With the orange boots and the helmet, he stands out for us. We love that.
He's hardly had a kick today, though. Let's be honest, he hasn't done a lot of
Goes
work.
into the middle of the ground looking for Pears. Pears contest, bring the ball to ground. Cody Bowen sweeps up. Left foot smothered by Flower. Ball goes down towards half forward. Krull takes Stapleton out. Flower just tries to kick it off the ground. Cody Bowen working hard back. Rushes it through for a behind. No, he's going to get a free kick for in the back.
Nice pace there from Cody Bowen to get past Flower.
Well, he had no choice. It was that or they were running an open goal. So well done, Cody.
So Cody Bowen goes out to the back pocket to to Baker. He goes short inboard. And this is Pears. Tate Pears. They're still in defensive 50. Goes in the middle of the ground with another dangerous kick.
Great
Baker, well done. Just had eyes for the footy only. Made it look better, a bit better than what it was. Baker now, again, very, very stagnant.
They're not being brave with their ball uses, which has been an indicator.
Baker has been called to play on. Well done on the mark there, Ben Wallace. Holding the ball, well done. Did not give up on that at all.
He had Chapman out here by himself.
Wallace gives it off to Jensen, who sends it inside 50. Stapleton swings across in front, takes the mark. Marcus Stapleton just chips a very high kick out to Tim Martin in the right half back. He sends another one in short, finds Wiseman. Wiseman, another short option. Goes down and finds no, that's not Dan. There's a Fazzolari, I think. Fazzolari denies the inboard pass to Chapman, goes further down the line again. In front.
In the back,
Martin
surely.
got one right dead square in the back.
And it'll be out of bounds between the Bendigo Oval and Redback tipping
So
signs.
where does Woodend? How does Woodend get back into this? They got to start switching the ball and being brave. They're just going down the line, playing safe, boring footy.
It's the turnovers that have scared him out of that now. So
But there's the only way they're going to win this. There's no next week.
yeah, that's right.
There's a siren for half time.
So at halftime, Diggers rest, leading 10-6-66 to Woodend-Hesket, 5-2-32.
They kicked 4 goals that quarter, Diggers, to 1 goal for Woodend. So we'll go through the goal kickers. Mitchy Jensen's got 2, Mitch Day 2, Marcus Calvaresi's got 3, Josh Flower has got 1, Chrissy Lawton 1, Josh Wallace has got 1. Over to Woodend, Tommy Gawthorpe's got 2, and he probably should have a couple more because he dropped some marks he should have taken. Alistair Ray 1, Josh Pound 1, and Dan Davies got 1. They've got a bit of work to do. The Hawks, they need to reset. They need to have a real good look how they're playing the game here and got to have a fair income look. They've got to start getting brave with the use of the footy because there's no tomorrow. If they continue this, it's going to blow out to a 10 or 12 goal win to the Borough, and they really need to start to get back into this game. They've got to start switching the ball. That means brave running. Okay, sometimes it's not going to come off. Sometimes it'll turn over. But unless they do that, that's going to be the end of them for the day. They are in a world of pain at the moment where they're 34 points down at half-time.
It's a long way back, especially when you've got an end that's got a 2 or 3
And I'll
goal.
say this now, they'll be ruining some selection choices they've made because there's a couple of young kids who are speedy forwards who should be out there at the moment who would be really making a difference to that side.
So we'll take a quick break and enjoy our half-time. We'll be back just for the third quarter. Thanks, everyone. Welcome back to Romsey Park here on Rdfnl Senior Grand Final Day. We have Diggers Rest leading 10-6-66 to Woodend-Hesket 5-2-32. Beautiful day here. What do Woodend-Hesket Hawks have to do to get back into this game, guys?
Kick a lot of goals.
And start becoming religious and pray because they're in a world of trouble at the moment. Look, this quarter they go back to their old bombing technique, which they did in the first quarter. They worked all right. They got 4 goals out of it then. But when they lower the eyes, they're just too fast, Diggers. They're just running off them at the moment, and they're getting caught out. And a few little 1%ers which gave hit on early is making all the difference. So. Look, they got a lot of work. I don't think they could. I think Diggers are going to put the foot down and probably blow this out of the water.
We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago in our game. What was it? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Where their leaders have to stand up. I mean, we saw Josh Pound kick goal in the first quarter, but outside of that, he's had no impact.
So if we can scan over there, if the cameraman will do the right thing and just push over to the goal umpire down there, as Adam Isley's shoveling his face full of Dim Sims and Coke.
He is eating them. We've got to see the leaders stand up here. So Tim Martin's been solid, but
scanning there, have a look at him. He's right into him too.
Tim Martin needs to take control of the ruck.
And look,
is that professionalism or what?
To be honest, I think Mark Orr was all over him.
He is. Mark Orr is the better of the 2 ruckmen today.
But he's been double teamed though.
Dan Toman he's just not clean. I mean, defensively, we heard Josh Pound before the game about the defensive side. He's laying tackles, I get all of that. But Dan Toman, and he spoke about a guy getting possessions and being the leader of the team, or people calling him a ball hog because he tries to build up possessions. That's his game. For me, Dan Toman has to get the footy.
Yeah, well, he's the barometer for him. The 2 games they struggled a bit early, and then he came good in the second half. Look, they are a good second half side, so it'll be interesting to see how they come out of the box. They've really got to kick the first 2 or 3 goals here, even give themselves a chance.
They just have to hit the scoreboard. That's the important thing here.
Can't win unless you do. I don't want to put
So for
point
me,
the bleeding obvious out to you, mate.
For me, the top 3 players on the ground for me, all Diggers Rest, Jacob Hickey, Calvaresi, and Mark Orr for me are the top 3 at the moment. And look at
Who's your medal winner?
Calvaresi scored 3 from the midfield. To me, he's still on top. For me, Jacob Hickey's doing a lot of the dirty work.
That's only because it's your pick.
Put Dan Toman out. He's out of the game, but then he's hitting him.
Playing, isn't it?
He's hitting him offensively as well, which is something that people playing on Dan Toman don't usually do.
Calvaresi's the clear standout on the ground at the moment.
Caruana's been good around.
Caruana's been solid, but I do agree with you, Mark. Or his ability to nullify the influence of Martin was always going to be important, and we've seen that so far in the first half. But let's hope we see Woodend really pick this up in the second half. The Rucks are going to go at it. It's going to be Orr and Martin. Martin will win that down and goes with a secondary tap out. Ball pops out the back. Hickey picks the footy up. Great shepherd from Orr to give him some space. Out towards half forward. The ball bounces back and it's bobbling around. Hawks really need to move forward and hit the scoreboard. Toman does well, feeds the ball forward, but Hickey, all class, finds his teammate out there. It might have been his brother, Lockie Hickey, down towards half forward. Martin cuts it off, kicks towards centre half forward. It's missed though. Arsiri picks it up. Toman, Ben just slams it on the boot. Cole Laurie just sweeping across half back. Finds a teammate out there in McMahon. Goes down towards half forward, and it's Martin again sitting behind the ball.
So Tim Martin on the left half back flank goes inboard with a bullet and finds Tom Pound. Tom Pound now defensive side of centre wing. Sends it further out wide and finds Wiseman. Wiseman has it now. Again, they're playing this very short chip game. Very short ball down to Tim Martin. Is not where he wants the ball.
No, not at
Picks
all.
up off his toes, gives a handball back. Great pressure comes out to Kyle Baker. Kyle Baker sends a long ball in for attacking 50. They all fly out the back. Tommy Gawthrop, the one standing. Ball bounces away from him and is taken away there by Cicero. Cicero gets a handball off to Hine. Hine running off to Jacob Hickey. Gives the one handball off to Calvaresi. This way, that way. Left boot going down for Hedbury. It was behind him. Jensen's going to run up to it. Takes it on the bounce. Great tackle behind Cody Bowen.
Should be holding the ball.
Surely it's got to be paid now. It is there. Cody Bowen, well done. Stayed with Mitch Jensen the whole way.
He wrapped him up and he rolled him.
Bowen swings the ball out wide. Finds Wiseman. Goes down the wing. Looking for a teammate in Patterson. Out in front, Patterson on the run, but it goes out of bounds and we'll have a throw in
But it's
60
not
out.
brave footy. They're just going back up and down the line as though they've got to start switching and making Diggers start second guessing. This type of gap football is not going to get them back in it.
Rucks to go at it again, Martin and Orr. Hawks need to hit the scoreboard and do it early. Orr wins it down. Toman sweeping around the front. Throws it on the right boot towards the top of the square. Gawthorpe in a strong position takes the mark. And he's going to go back and line up for his third of the day. And desperately needed early goal here on offer for the Hawks.
How well was his body position, though? He just held out Cicero, protected the drop of the ball, and there was nothing Cicero could do there. It was all Tommy Gawthrop. Great body work.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They started the game sort of with Krull and these guys down here. I'm not sure Cicero has the size as Gawthrop comes in, kicks the goal. It's a big early one here for the Hawks. They needed it.
That's his third too.
And he got to the local crowd as well, trying to get them involved because Diggers Rest, when they're scoring, everyone's up and about here, so he's trying to get his crowd in as well.
He ran over to the umpire's tent. And they're not going to help you.
There's quite a big contingent of Hawks fans over there too.
I'm sorry, I only saw the umpire's tent.
I was trying to make it sound a little bit more exciting, but that's all right. Thanks for that, Paul. You've just thrown me under the bus there.
You're welcome.
And speaking of that, I thought you would have announced it already. You're the canteen man. We've been delivering some great food here for
As
our
usual,
canteen.
the Rumsey ground and the massing of people in there, they look after us magnificently.
The ball's back in the middle. Orr versus Martin. Martin wins it down at the back. Caruana overruns it. Baker puts his head over it. He tries to pick the ball up. And himself and Hickey go to the ground and be a ball up inside the centre circles.
So Toman's got to try and break this tag somehow. They're really sitting, McMahon's sitting on him really tight.
Martin with the double fister goes straight up in the air. Goes to Baker. He's stripped of it by Caruana. Ball's bouncing around. Ben Toman at the bottom of the pack as always. He's gone to Jacob Hickey now, so he's trying to break the tag for his brother. Ball's got up again. We're still in the centre circles. Knocked forward by Orr. They're running onto it. Handball off to Jacob Hickey. Leaves it behind. McMahon jumps in. He loses the ball out to Tom Pound. Orr's gone in there. He picks up somehow, gets the handball out. is just messy scrap football scrum, trying to push it forward. There'll be a ball up inside the attacking 50 for Diggers Rest.
Yeah, the Hawks just have to be clean here. Got to continue to hit the scoreboard and hit it hard. That's where the pressure's going to build. Rucks go at it again. That one down by Orr, but it's got in, too high. Wiseman's going to get the free kick out of the stoppage.
He's had a couple high hits today, Wiseman, too, and he's a very sore boy.
Orr's done a terrific job in the ruck for him, and he's really kept it. He's nullified. Martin's actually round the ground, has been getting a bit of footy, but just bombing it when he gets it.
Yeah, we had some feedback on the stream a few weeks ago when we said that Tim Martin was the best ruckman in the comp, and they asked if they thought Mark Orr was a Pilates instructor because we must have left him out. So the ball's coming through, it's loose in the attack in the middle of the ground. Asiri gets a handball out somehow. Dan Toman runs in. He's wrapped up by Calvaresi and taken to the ground. Yeah, so we do apologise to Mark Orr yet. We don't think he's a Pilates instructor. We don't think he's a Pilates instructor. Ball goes up again. Martin with his hand around Orr's head. Somehow got from position. Comes down. Smedley gets a handball out to Baker. Baker gets off the side of the boot. Looking for a Asiri somehow. Comes down to Lachlan Hickey. Good pressure. Comes out to Branley. Tackled it as he kicks. Oh, it's been called downfield. So Josh Pound's going to get it. Plays on quickly. Looking for Gawthorpe again. Went too high. Cicero misses the spoil. Wiseman has it. He's tackled hard. 25 out by Chris Lawton.
It's better play for the Hawks, though, because they're not bombing.
Moving it a little bit quicker, too.
And they know they have to. And Josh Pound pushing up really gives them an option. He's got to start working up around the 50. He's sitting back too far.
Rucks go at it again. Davey throws it on the boot. Right foot snap. He's just missed to the left.
He's been dangerous, hasn't he, up forward?
Would have been a massive goal as Cole Laurie's going to bring the ball back in here for the Borough. The veteran goes long with that left boot out towards half back, but
grab.
Great mark out here. I think that might be Wiseman again, who's taken the mark. He's going to swing the ball in, finds Bramley.
Well, there's a couple. Martin's waving his hands free out here in the 50. So's Medland. They haven't seen him yet.
Going to bring the ball inside forward 50. Low worm burner towards Arsiri. Out the back. Pound has a chance. Shovels it out to a teammate. It's a left foot snap. Goes through for a behind.
It was Riley Patterson. So that takes Woodend-Hesket to 6-4-40. Trailing Diggers Rest 10-6-66. Played 6 3/4 minutes in the third quarter. We have Schwarzenberg's going to bring the ball in here. He's got Cicero short if he wants. He goes to the outer side. Kicks it very high. Hedbury's going to fly from the back. Doesn't make the contest. Wiseman gets a free kick again. Had a lot of possession start the game here. Toman running around for the wraparound handball. Doesn't get it. Wiseman decides to go back inside 50. Oh, dropped the mark there by Wallace. Hit Lachlan Hickey. Ball comes out. Medlin gets in there. But they're all just jumping on top, and it'll be a throw-up, 35 out from Woodend-Hesket's goal.
So the one thing that's happening here is Woodend are getting repeat entries into their 50, and they haven't had that all game. But the things that normally happen here, Diggers will go bang straight out the other end and kick a goal, and that will absolutely take all the air out of the tyres.
Davey is going to get a free kick here for a hold in the ruck from Orr, and Davey is going to go back and line up for what would be his second goal and would be a really, really important kick here.
Bring it back into 20 points, and that's gettable after you wrote them off.
I think you both said they need the first 2 or 3 goals of the quarter. Davey kicks this, it'll be the first 2.
But Davey...
Now you two. Last time you two had an argument, someone said a word on the air they shouldn't say.
Wasn't me.
So let's just calm down.
There's no arguments. As Davey comes in, important kick here for the Hawks. It's on its way. I think he's missed. No, it's snuck it home. That's a massive goal there, 2 to start the quarter for the Hawks. Just what they needed to start this second half as they on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Diggers 10-6-66 and the Hawks are
a goal.
7-4-46.
So, look, that was, as we just got some repairs happening to the right forward pocket here for Woodend-Hesket. That's a bit random to be happening in the middle of the quarter.
No, mate, local footy, mate. Nothing's...
But look,
that's as close as the Romsey person's got to a grand final for a while.
I don't think Dan Davey really... He didn't celebrate that goal at all, did he? I wonder if they would have been up and about. So, ball comes out in the middle of the ground. Ryan Mullen picks the ball up, jams on his boot, goes very high. At the back is Jacob Hickey, takes a flying mark right forward at flank. Sends the ball inside, looking for Hedbury, goes over his head. At the back, Jensen gets the 1-2 handball beautifully to Hedbury. Jams on his boot, but that's smothered and will go out of bounds. Deep right forward pocket here for Diggers Rest.
Do you reckon with Andre Hedbury it takes a little while for the brain functions to get down to the feet? Because it all does seem a bit uncoordinated when he does get the ball. Very effective, but just a little bit uncoordinated.
So deep right forward pocket
says the
here.
athlete himself.
Comes in. Martin wins the ball down. Running through was Jacob Hickey. Couldn't quite get it off. Bowen sends the ball back out to Riley Patterson, who's stripped of the ball. And just inside the left forward flank for Diggers Rest to be another ball up.
40 out from the Boroughs goal. The Hawks just need to keep this momentum up. Rucks will go at it again. Martin wins that one down. Players just throw their boot at it. Out towards that defensive 50. We're going to be wrapped up straight away and have another bounce.
Well, we have said all year, I mean, their second halves have been sensational and slow starters. So if that works in their favour, they're still in with a shot. After you reading them off, I think they're going to spit early.
Martin grabs it out of the ruck, goes back to Pears. Right foot kick. He's going to get a free kick for too high. And Pears on defensive, or effectively defensive 50. Will look to launch Woodend into attack again. Pears pops it up towards the wing. Davey come out a long way, takes it uncontested. Starting to get his hands on the footy, Daniel Davey.
They're going to have a bit of a look at the match-up on Davey at the moment because he's been really effective.
I think Lawton's gone over to him. Davey pops it up, finds his teammate Wiseman. He plays on, right foot kick towards centre forward. Bramley has a heap of space, steps around on the right boot into the pocket, finds Alistair Ray. And Ray's going to go back for a shot on goal to bring this one back to 14 points.
So by lowering their eyes, they're not blazing. It's keeping Taylor Hine out of the game, and that's what they need to do. You going to back him?
Yeah.
Oh, be confident. Have a go.
All right, I think he'll kick it.
The wind's right at his back as the wind just blows over all our stuff here.
Oh, there are
on the
chips
country
gone
box.
everywhere.
Chips and soy sauce and everything else.
Don't say my missus will be listening and I'm on a health kick.
So Alistair Ray has
Why'd you
it.
eat the full box of chips then?
Left forward pocket.
Diet chips.
A very deliberate approach. Opens the angle up a little bit, sends it high in the air.
It's got
He's
it.
gone with the
It's
early
got it.
celebration.
Hang on, what's the umpire going to say? Point.
Oh, we went the early celebration. The whole crowd around us got around it too.
That was a really unusual kicking style with a bent knee.
Takes Woodend-Hesket the 7-5-47, trailing Diggers Rest 10-6-66. Ball comes out, it's in dispute at right half back. They all jump in top. Cicero, ball comes out. Vice Schwarzenberg picks it up cleanly, gets the handball out. Running here is Flower. Takes two bounces. Handballs over top to Hedbury. Can go inside to Evans if he wants. That's where he goes. Davis, Davis, long, looking for Mitch Day, one-on-one. Ball goes over their head.
Free kick,
Mitch Day. Yeah, had him in all sorts there.
Pears was all over him.
So
Mitchy
Pears,
Jensen's on the ground expressing he'll have something to say, I reckon.
There's a potential for some comments.
so Mitch Day
Potential.
has already kicked two today. He just had Pears in the wrong spot there, and Pears panicked. Grabbed on.
Wouldn't you love to mic up Mitchy Jensen for a game?
I don't think any of it could go to air, to be honest. So Mitch Jensen will kick. Mitch Jensen, there got me saying Mitch Day will kick this from 25 out straight in front.
Oh, we'll mic Mitchy Day up. That'd just be as interesting.
Now, we do know this guy can kick points.
Yes, absolutely. We saw him a couple of weeks ago at Diggers and he missed everything.
In he comes, very deliberate on the runway. Kicks it over the goal umpire's hat. Mitch Day
Iceman
kicks
doesn't
his
move.
third. It takes him out to 11-6-72.
Hey.
Leading Woodend-Hesket 7-5-47.
Considering Adam Icy's got a guts full of dim sims and Diet Coke, that's very well moved from the goal umpire. Great, good goal. And that's the one that's just going to settle down a bit. So, 2 goals to 1 this quarter. They just need to get one to settle down. So Diggers 11-6-72, Woodend 7-5-47. We played nearly 13.5 minutes into the third quarter.
And the wind is still significantly to the right of screen. So Woodend-Hesket still have the wind.
Yeah.
Diggers Rest going to come home with it.
They've been
2-1.
They're low in their eyes. They're winning the quarter. I mean, that's all you can ask for them.
Rucks go at it again. Martin wins that one down, but it's Caruana sharking it. Right foot kick inside forward 50 over the head of Hickey. Out the back is Mitch Day. Handball to Hickey. Hickey to an open goal and he kicks it. 2 in 30 seconds for the Borough. And that might just about end any sort of momentum that Woodend have built.
Can you hear a noise in the background? Someone warming up? Are you calling it?
Yes.
You're saying they're home.
They're home here. This is a
14 minutes into the third quarter, you're calling them home.
It's too far of a gap here, especially. Look, I'd probably still give them. I wouldn't call it if we didn't have a 3-goal win to one end.
Yeah,
and with Diggers having it in the last quarter.
And Caruana, and the way he ran that ball through the middle, I mean, Bramley didn't put any pressure on him, and it was that's just far too easy.
So Davis versus Martin. Martin gets front position, taps it over the back, but Calvaresi with playing the sweeping role, gets the clearance, sends it down and marked at centre. Oh, it's been called play on. Ryan Mullen. Caruana gets it again, tackle before he had the ball. Bramley panicked that time because of what he did in the previous clearance. So Caruana will have this from the top of the 50. Got players everywhere, chips it out and finds Calvaresi. He just runs on, can keep going if he wants to. In short, looking for Jensen in the pocket. Great kick.
He's dropped it. He's paid it. Yeah, no, he's paid the mark.
She bobbled around a bit.
She bobbled around a lot, I think.
It should be throwing because the second grab was over the boundary line.
He's gone with the boundary umpire here and set to throw it in.
Now I'd like to mic up Mitchie, see what he's saying.
Ball to come back in. Dangerous position here for the Hawks.
And there is not one player in the forward 50 for the Hawks. Every player's pushed up.
Which is a huge issue considering they're kicking with the breeze too.
Yeah, if that goes over the back of the speed, there's no real speed demons out the back, that's for sure.
Krull grabs it out of the ruck, right foot kick towards the top of the square. He's marked it. What a fantastic mark. I think that's Harrison Wilson, marks 15 metres out on a slight angle. And another opportunity here for the Boroughs to really just start to grind that knife deeper and deeper.
Well, she's warming up. I think they're marching her onto the stage, mate. I like your call, professional. 13 and a half minutes into the third quarter, you've called the game.
Yes, it's a bridge too far, I think, for the Hawks here. And
Stapleton's coming off with carrying a wing that was a bit injured.
Yeah, that was out of the contest before. I saw him cop a bit of a dead arm as Wilson comes in. Kick is on its way, and it is home. The Borough shootout to 13-6, 84. Would end 7-5-47.
Yeah, it's out now had to a 27 point lead. 37 point lead, 6-goal difference. And they're just these 3 goals come in very, very quick time. And that deflates everything that Woodend had built up at the start of that.
And if the Woodend boys drop their head, this will blow out to about a 50-odd point win, this will.
Rucks to go at it again. A lot of momentum here for the Boroughs. Woodend look a little bit deflated out there at the moment.
They look like a team that's played a hard final series. That's what it looks like. Yeah,
it has been a hard final series. Martin wins that one down easily, but it's all Boroughs with the run at the moment. Baker comes up, causes at least a bit of a stoppage there. His players are going to jump on top of Ben Toman, wrap it up, and we'll have another bounce.
Yeah, with Mark Orr off at the moment, this is the time that Tim Martin really becomes dominant, but they're not making the most of the time that he's off the ground. So Davis versus Martin again. Attacking side of the centre square for Woodend. Ball comes down. Ben Toman kicks a wormbirder forward, but Taylor Hines sweeps onto it. Gives the handball out to Cole Laurie. He sends his left boot out looking for Matt Krull. Big ball behind from Giddings, but the numbers here with Diggers Rest. Picked up by Wallace. Goes inside with the side of the boot ball to Caruana. Somehow picks the ball up, kicks the ball out of midair. Goes flying, but Harley Giddings on right half-back flank marks the ball in front of Matt Krull.
He's one young Woodend player can hold his head up.
Giddings gives the handball off to Bramley, who goes inboard looking for Toman. Takes the one-hander in the middle of the ground. Toman again gives a handball off to Chapman, who's running from defence. Runs around the umpire, kicks it high. Schwarzenberg, Baker's got to fly from the back, goes over the back of them. We got Medlin here, wraps up Schwarzenberg in the right half-forward pocket here for Woodend-Hesket.
Woodend-Hesket now.
That's what they are.
That's what they are.
What do you think they're called?
Woodend. They're the Hawks.
Yeah, the Woodend-Hesket Hawks.
Rucks will go at it. This is the biggest mismatch in history. Ball comes down and players are wrapped up straight away. Arceri lays the tackle on Caruana, and we'll have another bounce.
Bit of a David versus Goliath there, wasn't it?
Dan Davey coming down to save his teammate. As it's one down quite convincingly there from Davis. Kick comes out from Hickey to the wing.
Well,
Mitch Day just too strong. Mitch Jensen's out over the back. We already
kick.
saw the toe from Cody Bowen before. Can he keep with Mitch Jensen now? This could be a Mitchie special. Well done, Cody Bowen.
That's nearly deliberate because he did slap that over the boundary line.
I thought it actually could have been a holding the man free kick against Jensen there. I thought he tackled Bowen when he didn't have possession.
Okay.
So
We'll
it'll
take
be
your side of the story then.
left forward pocket. You really crack up Salty,
No,
don't you?
no,
Someone doesn't agree with you.
Yeah, no. It's like being at home.
Left forward pocket here for Diggers Rest. Ball goes in. They're a long way back. The ruckman get nowhere near it at all. Ball just bounced on his end. Martin somehow grabs it out of the air. Kicks it 20 metres forward. Patterson, 1 versus 4. And the ball goes out of bounds directly in front of Jamie Lobb and the coaching crew here for Diggers Rest.
Mark all ready to come back on the ground.
Oh, they're going tall. They didn't bring Big Davis off.
Krull versus Martin. Krull does well, gets front position, tries to throw it on the boot. Hickey feeds it out to Mullen. Mullen to Orr inside forward 50. Goes down, Chapman cuts it off across the front, knocks it out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
So again here, Woodend-Hesket have lost all structure. Tom Gorthrop, deepest person, he's just run across into the defensive side of the ground as well.
So if the ball goes over his head, there's not a lot of speed going back there.
Rucks go at it again. Martin, he's held. He's going to get a free kick here against Orr. Plays on quickly. Feeds it out to Chapman. Chapman out towards Gawthorpe on the wing. Gawthorpe doesn't even fly. Just crashes into the back of Krull. Ball out the back. Picked up out wide here by Lawton. He feeds the handball to Swarzenberg. Gets it back. Goes towards Krull. Smart by Krull. Taps it forward to Flower. Inside forward 50. There's
good.
players on their own in the goal square. Straight through the hands of Calvarezzi. He recovers. Knocks the ball to his own advantage as it's dribbled out of bounds there for
Umpire Wood wasn't
Hawks.
brave enough to make the call then for a deliberate.
And we'll have a throw in. Cody Bowen again. When you talk about guys who can hold their head high, he's been fantastic
He's done
today.
a great job on
That
Jensen.
defensive pressure right in the end, got Calvaresi's way. Ball comes in, right forward pocket here for Diggers Rest. One down off the back of the head of Martin. Somehow gets a boot to ball. Comes out, Jacob Hickey tracks it back first. Gives a handball back into Taylor Hine. Just sends the ball to set very, very high. And it'll go Chapman taking an uncontested mark in the left back pocket here for Woodend. So Woodend have it now.
Problem is they can't get it out, can't get it past centre half back. It just keeps bouncing back in.
Sends it back out the opposite side of the ground past the scoreboard. They all fly, comes out the back.
Here's a chance.
Kick forward here by Riley Patterson. Gathers the loose ball.
They're on.
Kicks it forward to Dan Davey.
Where's
Kicks
the
a
speed?
1-2.
Josh Pound's about the only speed they got.
Riley Patterson sends it in that direction of Josh Pound. He's going to run onto this as long as it sits for him. It does. And the coach kicks his second of the day.
Good transition from the Hawks, though. They ended up with one out the back. It gave them the extra number. Pounds pushed really hard then to get position. And a nice little finish. So, well played by the Hawks. Great transition.
Yeah, Riley Patterson just didn't give up on that at all, did he? And he was very, very, showed a lot of toe along that outer side wing and just kept pushing to the next contest.
So that brings the Hawks back to within 31 points. 22 minutes gone in this quarter, so I wouldn't expect it to go too much longer.
Well, we had 6 goals kicked for the quarter.
No, it's a decent quarter, I suppose, 6 goals. The wind seems to have dropped off a little bit too here. Those trees certainly aren't bending anymore as they were before.
It's because your chips haven't blown off the table.
Rucks go at it. Martin wins it down towards Toman. He can't take it cleanly. Ball bobbling around in the middle of the ground. Hickey gets in low, gets in hard, wins it, feeds the ball out wide. It's McMahon feeding the ball backwards again. Schwarzenberg gets it on the left boot, out towards the wing. Jai White leads in the race. Plenty of time, plenty of space. He's going to try and balance up. Look inside 50 towards Mitchie Day. He's just propped, knocks the ball, or just says, give it to me. I want to have one of those, and finishes it off. Mark Orr just putting a little bit of spice on what's been a pretty impressive day for him.
He's got the golden touch, hasn't he? Premiership at Melton last year, comes to Diggers Rest this year, and it's looking like he's going to get another one.
How was he with the ground level roving though? The ball comes down. You don't expect the big man to do that.
I'm
Ball
pretty sure
bounces a bit
Mitchie
too
Day-
high. He just went, I'll take that, thanks.
Mitchie Dayway will not be pleased with that. That's his job, to grab that ball and snap around the corner.
So that takes it out to 14-6-90. Diggers Rest leading Woodend-Hesket 8-5-53. 23 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Do you reckon they'll be mentioning that over a cold beer at Diggers tonight?
Oh,
watching
yeah,
the replay?
Mitchie's going to bring that one up for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you.
37-point lead. Ruck's at it again. Krull in the ruck now for the Burrows. Martin wins that one down. It's Flower. Comes out, gives the ball to Hickey. He's had a ton of it this quarter. Goes down towards half forward. He's going to go and get it back. Hickey feeds the ball to Flower. Flower out wide to McMahon. McMahon just pops it on the boot. Mitch Day can't take the mark. Spoiled by Pears. Out the back, Calvarezzi feeds the handball out to Day. Day's wrapped up, he gets a quick kick down towards half forward. Pears sitting over the football. Players are going to dive in on it. Krull lays a tackle and we'll have a bounce 40 out from the Burrows goal.
The thing that's really hurting Woodend at the moment, Woodend-Hesket, let's be correct terminology, is the hands. I mean, they're just using hand and running. That's what I do them.
So no one wins the rug contest there. It's jammed on the boot from McMahon. Goes down and in the left back pocket. That could be 50
That's
as well
50,
there to
surely.
Harley Giddings.
Yeah, he's paid 50.
Yeah.
And that's another 50. He cannot step across and stop his momentum. That's two 50s.
So they haven't picked up that
The
second
umpires
50
aren't agreeing
there.
with you here, though,
Oh,
mate. They've said
goodness
only one.
gracious.
So Harley Giddings now at centre half back. Sends the ball out and finds Toman. Toman being called to play on here. He's got no one to go to. Handballs over the top to Baker. Baker steps inside. He's wrapped up by Mullen. Ball gets on the ground level. It's all Diggers Rest here on the left boot.
It's
It's going to go. It's just going to go over the top of Orr. It's going to miss. So that's 14-7, 91. Diggers Rest leading Woodend-Hesket 8-5-53 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at three-quarter time.
Yeah, so we'll touch on some goal kickers while we've got them in front of us here. So for the Borough, Jacob Hickey's got one. Mitchy Jensen's got two. Mark Orr in a great goal that quarter with one. Mitchy Day's got three, one in each quarter. Marcus Calvaresi's got three. Josh Flower, one. Chris Lawton, one. Josh Wallace, one. And Harrison Wilson with one. Over to the other side of the fence to the Hawks, Tommy Gawthorpe's got three, so one in each quarter, so he's been effective for him. Sammy Medland, he hasn't got any. Alistair Ray's got one. Josh Pound with two, and Dan Davey with two. So, look, an enormous amount of work to do for the Hawks. Personally, I think they're just about dead and buried, but they're going to be kicking with about a 3-goal win this quarter.
Look, you've just mentioned Tom Gawthorpe. He's just spent the last 5 minutes feverishly working on those calves, and he's limping out to the huddle now. So we mentioned that he was a risk to come back in today because he hasn't been able to make it through games. Look, he's just got to push through the last quarter.
It's worked though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's kicked 3 goals, and he's certainly been their most dangerous forward. So I don't think they're going to regret bringing him in any way, shape, or form.
So he's just got to push through another quarter. We'll have a quick break here and come back for the start of the last quarter. And welcome back here for the last quarter of the Senior Men's Grand Final for 2023. Diggers Rest 14-7, 91. Seem to have this in the bag. Woodend-Hesket 8-5-53. Guys, we were just talking off camera before. Look, it's going to take a lot to bring this back for Woodend-Hesket because they're kicking into still a strong breeze.
So you don't have to be Einstein to work out what Josh Pound just said to them. They've got absolutely nothing to lose now. Just run your ass off until you run out of puff. There's nothing left.
You may as well lose by 100.
You do, and take some risks because, look, the game's nearly gone. You know, start moving the ball sideways. Start being brave. Who knows what will happen, but, you know, if Diggers get the first 1 or 2 goals, the heads will drop and they'll probably blow it out by another 5 or 6 goals easily.
And I think that's the biggest challenge here is that there's just too much class, too much experience in this Diggers team.
They look emotionally. Look, they have had a week from hell. The club.
Yeah.
The club looks drained.
Yeah.
I mean, they're playing like a drain. They're not playing smart footy. They look tired. They look sore. It's been a long finals campaign for them. They've done a marvellous job to get here. So it's a lot. It's been a really big ask. I mean, I didn't think they were the second best team in the competition. They proved me wrong. I thought Wallen would be better, but they've beaten everyone along the way. But today it's just not looking good. They just look too fast, the Borough.
Yeah, they've just been outclassed.
Yeah, and it has. And look, this is a fresh team that's played 3 games of footy in 6 weeks. Yeah, and it's starting to show.
We're just waiting here for the final general public to remove themselves from the playing surface.
Goal umpire's trying his best to move them back, and good luck with that.
Yeah, they all want to get involved as well. So we just looking at the Wallen flag on the other side of the ground, and that wind's picked up again.
Yeah, it has.
Heading quite strong towards the way Diggers will be kicking with this last quarter. So be interesting to see how we go.
And if you're Jamie Law, boys, just keep doing what you're doing. In about 15 minutes in the game, ice it up, start slowing it down, and just get to the end and enjoy the last 15 minutes of the best feeling you're ever going to have in football.
The umpire holds the ball aloft. The quarter goes. Ball goes up. Mark Orr versus Martin. Martin wins it down. Calvaresi goes through his legs out the back. Dan Tone with a beautiful spin move. Off to Wiseman. Off to Baker, who's come back into traffic. Goes up to Medlin. Kicks it very, very high. Taylor Hine gets the ball down and the loose ball get. Comes out via Schwarzenberg. Goes down a lot. Look for Mullen, but Chapman there has front position. Takes the mark right in front of Bendigo Bank Oval sign. Comes in board, finds Tim Martin in the middle of the ground. He plays on quickly, sends it inside 50, goes over the head of Gawthrop. Big ball from behind, but running through there. Oh, poor handball into the coach's toes. Gets the handball up though. The running banana at the front. Alistair Ray marks in the goal square.
No, it's Gawthorpe.
Gawthorpe, is it? So Gawthorpe, we mentioned that he's a sore boy. He's stretching those calves. But like you said, he's kicked 3, about to kick his 4th. He's one of them that can hold his head very high today.
Yeah, he's been their best forward, clearly, on the ground and been their most dangerous forward.
And the one we all mentioned at the start of the season, start of the game, that's a big final series. Series hasn't been near it today.
Hasn't touched it.
As Gawthorpe
He
puts
cramps
it
up
through.
too, and he looks.
Yeah, look, and as we said, Gawthorpe and even Daniel Davey. I think Daniel Davey's been pretty
big
good.
forwards have been, hasn't come down clear. They've had to really work hard. I mean, they've just been flogged around the midfield, to be bluntly honest with you.
And I don't actually see Alistair Ray out there at the moment.
He's probably in the box enjoying his last.
Oh no, there he is. He is at centre forward, running around with Taylor Hine. So nice early goal there for the Hawks. They're going to have to kick a lot. It only took them a minute and a half though, so it's good to see they took the game on early, straight away, and that's pretty much all they can do. Rucks to go at it again. Martin and Orr. Orr just plonks, pops it out over the top. A little bit of space here for Baker to work in. He cleans it, sweeps, and goes down towards half forward. Schwarzenberg's going to fly, take the mark at half back.
He's a good young player, Schwarzenberg.
Already looking to settle things down.
Need him to dye his hair blonde.
Flowers done well to make space. It's a dangerous kick though. Davey chops it off. The ball's got to sit for him now though. He's gone from centre half forward to nearly centre half back. Pops the ball out wide. It's a nice kick. Finds O'Loughlin on centre wing. O'Loughlin looks to move the ball quickly, and I have no idea where he's gone.
Straight to Hedbury.
Because he's gone straight to Hedbury. He feeds it off to Calvaresi. Pops it over the top to Hickey. Back to Calvaresi. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Looking for Day. Can't take the mark. Well spoiled by Pears. They've got the numbers there, but Martin looked very slow. Pears, he gets the football, works it backwards. They're going to get a clearing kick through Bowen towards centre half back. Calvaresi flew. Can't take the mark. Out to Flower. He runs into an open goal. 15 out. Puts it away.
She's all over now, mate.
How was Calvaresi's flight and the cat-like landing on the 2 feet as well?
We haven't had a hanger today. That's one thing we haven't had.
So well done, Diggers there. Get the replying goal pretty much straight away.
And just look at the Woodend boys, the hands on the hips there. I'd say the heads have gone down just yet, but that was what they didn't want to have happen.
Another inclusion for Diggers today has played very well has been Jai White. On this wing here, he's been up and back. He's just getting involved. Hasn't had a lot of possessions, but he's just making sure he impacts every contest he's around.
Rucks to go at it again. Orr versus Martin. 38-point lead is restored for the Boroughs. Martin jumps early, hits the deck, knocks it out towards Toman. Calvaresi wraps him up straight away.
I'm going to say
we'll have another bounce.
Calvaresi for the medal for me.
Yeah, I think he's
days.
still holding on to it despite Hickey's fantastic third quarter. Rucks again, or Martin. No one gets a clear hit out. Toman comes through, feeds the ball out backwards, finds his teammate Medlin, goes down towards half forward. Fantastic mark.
Free kick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
free kick's going to
shepherded
go to
off the
Ray. Alistair Ray's going to look to move this quickly. Pound leads up at the footy. He's ignored. Goes in towards Gawthorpe in a one-on-one. He could have been held. Ball's just punched away. Clearing kick here from Diggers towards the wing, and Hickey goes over the top of him to Pound. Oh, it's picked off beautifully by Caruana. Caruana in board to Hickey. Hickey just knocks the ball along in front of himself.
Got him all,
There's a bit of push and shove in the tackle. It feeds back out to Baker on the left boot inside here. It's going to be downfield. Free kick to Toman.
And Jacob Hickey cramping up off that big tackle too.
Right.
Ball goes inside 50. Comes out via Taylor Hine. Running barrel. There's another one. That's Ripper. We're seeing two. Mitchy Jensen gets in front of Bowen. Tackled ass holding the ball. Great done.
Well done.
Well done, Cody Bowen. Just
Gee,
did not give up on that at all. Bowen has it, goes inboard. Finds Toman at centre half forward, gives a handball off to the running Bramley. Bramley goes out for the outer side pocket.
Horrible kick.
At the back. They will come running through, and it'll be a wrapped up. Oh, ball comes, someone gets spun out. Mullen wraps
Great
up. Well done on James Wiseman. Huge tackle. And it'll be a ball up here on the left half-back flank for Diggers Rest.
Rucks to go at it again. Davis into the ruck against Martin. Davis will win that one down. It goes towards Diggers' direction. There's going to be a hold, and it's going to go to Woodend. I think they were holding each other, but Wiseman's going to take the free kick.
Bit of cuddly, loving football.
Clearance will go to the Hawks. They're going to have to move the football quickly again. Wiseman goes long inside forward 50. He's going to look for Gawthorpe. Gawthorpe will fly at the front, nearly takes the mark. Ball hits the deck. Arsiri smothers the kick, goes backwards towards Hine. Hine picks the football up, feeds the handball out wide. Swarzenberg feeds the ball back. It's bubbling around down here at the moment. The Hawks have got a chance. Really good pressure from Woodend. Ball pops out towards Medland. He snaps around the body.
Grab.
But Taylor Hine on the last line of defence takes the mark.
He's a pest down there. He's just in the way all the time.
So just when that was happening, rather than Tim Martin pushing forward trying to win the game, he actually went back and started kick behind the ball. I don't know if that's a smart move this late in the game.
That's the way Tim plays.
Yeah, no, but you got to win the game now. So ball comes out, defensive 50. Oh, big contest. Tim
gee.
Martin. Was that
Oh, hey,
McMahon?
What's the free kick for?
And he's good. Oh, he hurt him, so be like running into a bottom
Okay,
of
he
a
got
snowman.
hurt, but what was the free kick for?
A Yeti.
I mean, that was a fair hip and shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he hit him in the head. He's clearly winded the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a very fair contest.
Winded. It looks like he's half killed him.
I mean, he's a big dude.
If you're a bigger guy than someone else, doesn't mean you get punished for being the bigger dude. So Mitch Day looks like he wants to take the kick at half back here.
Get up, mate. You've got a medal and a big night on the Terps ahead of you.
Was it McMahon? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, looks like
He's
McMahon.
all right.
Yeah, he wants the kick though. Give me the ball, he says. He's got to go off.
No, don't go off, mate. This is the best 10 minutes of footy you're going to have in your life.
So Mitch Day has it. Left half back flank. He's got to go backwards.
She's milking time.
Yeah, finds his teammate, comes out to Taylor Hine. Taylor Hine has Jai White here on the wing all alone. That's where the ball goes. White can get it and go. He does that.
Oh,
Off the
no.
side of the boot, though.
Great
Matt
kick.
Kroll's going to turn around, reads it well, takes the mark in front of Duff Tyler. So Kroll has it, attacking side centre of the square. Looks forward. The lead goes very, very high to Hayden Davis. And in front is Chapman.
Oh, Davis was off.
So Chapman will take the relieving mark in the back pocket. Goes to the outer side back pocket. Finds Wiseman. Wiseman down looking for Pears. Mullen's going to fly. Schwarzenberg flies as well. But Tate Pears, strong hands. Right half back flank.
Pears going to bring the ball up towards centre wing. A little bit stop-start now. As it's out towards, I think that was Patterson.
Stop starting the game.
spoiled.
Stop starting the commentary box as you
Bit
weren't
of that
concentrating
too.
when it was switched here.
Bit of that. No, I was there. What are you talking about?
Dead air's poison.
Ball's going to come back in. Martin wins that one out. Tries to feed the handball out, but it's all Burrows. Caruana tries to step around his man. Pears does beautifully. Gets a hand in there. Turns the ball over. Goes down towards Pound at half forward. That's good hands. Takes the mark.
They're taking it on. It's just left it too late.
Pound plays on quickly. Left foot kick inside forward 50. He's looking for Davey. That's surely a mark to Davey at the back. It is. He's going to take the mark. He's said he's going to have a shot, but if you're going to have a shot, mate, drive it. Go quickly.
Well, the flag's gone limp. So,
Yeah, so kick it before the wind comes back.
you're an Einstein fan. What a footy brain you have. You should be coaching AFL the way you're going today. Absolutely all over it.
I had my offers. I prefer to commentate the RDFL. Davey, kick is on its way towards the top of the square. Players will fly. Ball hits the deck. Bramley on the ground. Goes off the ground. Handball out. And I think he's missed from 5 metres out. Ferguson. Patterson, sorry. One behind.
So Schwarzenberg's getting ready to bring, once the ball's returned, we'll bring the ball back in.
How good's it look with all the kids sitting behind the goals?
It's great.
Almost 10 minutes gone in the last quarter. Diggers Rest
The
leading.
old AFL games where they're all sitting around the boundary. I mean, they're everywhere. This is a huge crowd for a grand final.
15-7, 97, leading Woodend-Hesket 9-6-60.
37 points with about 15 minutes to play, mate. What do you reckon?
Yeah, Schwartz, well, there's only been, 2 goals scored for the quarter, so it's not going to be a long one at the moment.
Nope.
But then again, we've seen how quick these goals can come from Diggers Rest.
Not that quick.
Schwarzenberg plays on quickly, sends it out to the left back flank. Oh, that's got to be a free kick, surely.
Now, early in the game, they paid a 50 for the same thing.
Yeah. Hayden Davis, that was silly.
It's got to be the same thing, right? That's 50.
So Chapman here, right half forward flank has the ball. Brave sends it back inside 50, doesn't hit the target. Caruana trying to pick the ball up, just keeps moving it forward. Comes out to Schwarzenberg, gives the handball over the top, gets the 1-2. Tom Schwarzenberg is going to come out towards Calvaresi on the Coventry side wing. That's where it goes. Marks it clearly in front of Tough Tyler. Calvaresi,
That's
true centre wing. Comes in, goes with a shocking kick.
Kick is that?
Cole Laurie, quick for the old man, well done. Done well, could go backwards, goes back to Jensen. Jensen lowers the eyes to Mitch Day, gets the ball, shows a bit of candy, chips it over. Oh, that's gone about 5 metres to Mullen.
Too high, no.
He's been hit high by Toman. Ball comes out to Fazzolari, off to Pears, off to Toman. Toman through the middle of the ground. Short ball finds Baker.
And Mickey Jensen had a bit of a comment to the Woodend coaches box.
Oh, what a shock that is.
Wouldn't
Baker,
you?
Baker
Gosh, I wish
goes
we could
back to
mic him
Dan
up.
Toman. Toman goes to across to his brother Ben, who can keep running through the 50. Decides to go out wide looking for Josh Pound and hits him. So Pound marks it about 45 out. Kicking into the wind.
Going to be a tough kick. We've seen that all day. Pound plays on, runs around, left foot kick. It's not bad, but he's just going to miss to the right. One behind for the Hawks.
That's against very professional goal umpiring from Iceman.
Back to an even 6 goals. There's the bar.
The umpires have been pretty good today, let's be honest. They really haven't had any effect on the game. That's what you asked for.
Ball comes into Jacob Hickey. In the back pocket, been very influential today for the Boroughs,
He's
particularly
just
in that
slowing us down now.
third quarter where he had just a ton of the football. He's going to kick down the line, looking for Jai White and looking for Hedbury, who flies. Can't take the mark. It's going to go out of bounds for a throw-in.
So we heard Jamie Lobb say in the pre-game that Jacob Hickey, along with his brother Lachlan and Mark, all come across from Melton Blood. So, good quality football's coming from good quality teams, and they always help you, don't they?
Ball comes back in. Crullen to the ruck against Martin. He kicks it out of mid-air. They paid a free kick for that before too. It's been wrapped up. Mitch Jensen. Mitch drops the elbow a little bit, and we might have a little bit on here.
Yeah.
That should be a free kick here for Woodend. Should go to Cody Bowen. Silly stuff when you're this far up.
Mitchy Jensen let him know all about it with a
He's
flying
landed on his
elbow.
feet too, Cody Bowen. He got thrown over the hip and still landed on his feet.
Bowen swings into the middle of the ground, finds Wiseman. Wiseman plays onto the top of the goal square towards Pound. Ball hits the deck. Pound did well to get back into that contest. Hickey feeds out to a teammate. They've got all the run now. Flower goes through the middle with one bounce. Handball's out wide to Tommy Evans. He picks the ball up casually with the left foot over the top towards Schwarzenberg. Still running Schwarzenberg, has done all day. Right foot kick, long towards the top of the square. Over the back, Calvaresi. And he will go back and line up for number 4.
And a medal.
He read that better than anyone else, didn't he? They all followed Mark Orr where the big man was going. Calvaresi just watched the flight out the back, takes the uncontested mark. So,
He's just been dominant.
Oh, easy ever. And look, stood up this will be a goal a quarter for him. No, it's not. Yes, it will be.
Yeah, 2 in the first, 1 in the third, but it'll work out to a goal a quarter.
Oh, I can't wait for today to be over.
So Calvaresi will kick this from 25 out, straight in front.
Honestly, we're looking for a name for our broadcaster. It could be smart-ass broadcasting, I think.
Oh, it's the Josh Kennedy.
In comes Calvaresi, sends it on its way, celebrates the second at lefty's boot.
You're right, he's got the best celebration in the comp.
16-7, 103 to Woodend-Hesket set 9-7-61.
Not only has the guy been the best player on the ground, but he kicked goal of the day from the forward pocket in the first quarter. He nearly took mark of the day at centre forward. It was the only real fly we've seen.
Oh, he's been terrific for them. Just one more goal. Give him 5 for the game.
He'd be deserving of 5. Be deserving. I know that. Notice they've got Cole Laurie down there in the last quarter here. I think they're trying to get him that farewell grand final goal.
Some of these Diggers players, I'm not going to cast any speed, but might be the last time we see a couple of the older ones. What a way to go out.
So Krull in the middle of the ground, gets the handball out to Caruana, runs straight out the front of the stoppage. He's going to have a flying shot from inside the square, gets underneath it, doesn't spin well. Mitch Day at the back, and is just going to run through.
Yeah, he's going to go crook because it wasn't the hot spot.
16-8, 104, Diggers rest.
So when Diggers are watching this back, Caruana can get a spray there because Cole Laurie was open on the lead.
So we've played 15 minutes in the last quarter.
You're dead set trying to get him a goal, aren't you?
Yes.
Harley Giddings has it in the right back pocket.
Been a magnificent servant for the Diggers Rest Footy Club.
Harley Giddings plays on, runs past Orr and sends it out to the outer wing. Martin just throws his Krull out of the way and says, I'll have that.
Puts those big 44 butt out the wind there, and no one could get past it.
Martin pops the ball out towards half forward. Players will fly, great spoil. Here's another opportunity here for the Borough. Flower feeds the handball out wide towards Mullen. Mullen goes backwards towards, probably put his teammate under too much pressure there, as everyone's just going to dive in on top. 33-point lead, Diggers, 16-8, 104, 9-7, 61.
The sting's
Bendigo
gone
Bank
out of it.
scoreboard.
It's gone out of the crowd. It's gone out of everyone. Josh Pound, the coach, is standing with his arms crossed on the boundary.
Ball comes out via Ben Toman, looking for Dan Toman. Sport in. Bramley gets dumped as he handballs out. Toman running away from goal. Handballs over his head. Comes back to him. And just trying to, and he's been wrapped up with a beautiful tackle there from Jacob Hickey. Somehow the ball gets spurred out.
That's Mitchy Jensen, isn't it? 7.
Yeah.
Was it Jensen, was it?
Yep.
Well, he's been tackled enough times by Cody Bowen. About time he laid to one on someone else. So
Mitchy Jensen's going to just square up a few, I think.
it'll be a throw in right on centre wing. Out of side. Ball goes in. Martin's stuck behind position, but gets Krull out the way. Takes out the ruck, gets the handball off. Jacob Hickey gets the kick away. Caruana can run back. Is going to be the at the fall of the ball. Comes down to Cole Laurie. Runs away.
Have a bounce.
Chips in beautifully. Great hit on Mark Orr.
Keep running, Cole.
Keep running. There's another.
Turn around.
Yell louder.
So Mark Orr, he chips it over. Looking for Mitch Day. He's got the break here. It goes over his head. And first back on it is Duff Tyler. Keeps it in handballs along the ground to Pears. Goes inside to Chapman. Mitch Day flattens Chapman. Ball goes back to Pears. Handball goes along the ground. Jacob Hickey, he gets run over. Mitch Day finally picks up the ball. He's wrapped up and it'll be out of bounds deep in the left forward pocket here for Diggers Rest.
Yeah, we just need a bit of showtime now to finish this game off, right?
Yeah, it's just going through the motions now.
Ball comes back in. Orr versus Martin. We've called it all day. Orr wins that one, but below his knees. Duff Tyler gets a clearing kick out towards the wing. Oh, big fly there from Davey. He's going to get a free kick.
Unrealistic attempt. Oh, he's not happy about it either. Be careful.
Krull's going to get the free kick. He plays on. Right foot, long, top of the square. Mark Orr versus Giddings. Giddings just nudges him under the ball.
Right,
we'll have a throw in.
So where's Cole Laurie? There he is. He'll be around Orr's feet. Let's see if we can get him a goal. You're telling us you know something about he's going to retire if this too?
Oh, he retired this year. They brought him back halfway through the year after a few injuries. I had a chat to Cole a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, one more goal for Cole and another premiership medal. It'd be fitting for him.
It'll do.
So the left forward pocket here for Diggers Rest. Orr versus Martin again. Ball comes in. Orr. Martin throws him out of the way, takes out of the ruck, kicks it forward. Ball bounces on its end, goes back out of bounds, just outside the defensive 50 for Woodend.
He actually kicked one of the most famous goals in RDFL finals history against, I believe it was against Woodend up at Macedon up on the hill. The game went into extra time and he drilled a goal, a beauty on the left from about 60 out to win the game for the Boroughs.
So Davis just pushes Martin away, gets back on the ball first. Handball's interrupted there by Bramley. Gives the handball off to Duff Tyler. Duff Tyler runs through the middle of the ground, sends it long at the back looking for Dan Davey. 3-on-1. Davey takes it beautifully.
He can hold his head up. He's done well.
Dan Davey wants to move it on quickly. Does just that. Kicks it inside 450, but it's coming away through Cicero. Cicero comes out to Jaden Caruana, who has an absolute paddock in front of him. Ball sits perfectly. Tate Pears comes at him. Great tackle, Tate Pears, this late in the game. Not rewarded. Duff Tyler gives the handball off to Pears. Pears, just a little chip one in short and finds Medlin. Plays on quickly. Runs away from Harrison. Goes inside. Oh, it's going to be a free kick for front on contact, surely.
So I'm not sure if Tatey Pear's got another year in him, you reckon, or not?
Don't know.
Dan Toman has it now.
Brave, good at making calls, eh?
No.
Dan Toman has it just inside the attacking 50.
Hey, it's his call to decide whether he plays, not mine.
Left forward flank goes in short
You're a man
and
of influence.
finds Davey again. So Dan Davey, he's kicked 2 today, lining up for his 3rd. We've played just under 20 minutes in the last quarter. Diggers Rest leadings 16-8, 104 to Woodend-Hesket, 9-7, 61
Three
Mitchie
goals,
Jensen
so it won't be
celebrating in the middle of the ground.
on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. In comes Davey, sends it on its way. He's going to miss to the near side.
Yeah, Pearce has been pretty good today, though. Really solid across half-back. He's been one of the guys across half-back that's done. He played on Mitchie Day, and he's done a pretty good job on him. As the Burrows are going to bring the ball back in. Sting out of the contest. Tommy Evans goes long with the left boot. Down towards the wing. Players will fly out the back. Jai White does beautifully. Feeds the ball off to Mullen down towards half forward. It's Mitch Jensen and Cody Bowen. Cody's been fantastic all day, and he is again. Gets a test of strength and wins it. Swings the ball to Chapman. Jensen keeps chasing, but Chapman into the middle of the ground with a beautiful kick. Finds a teammate. I think that's Pound. Pops it over. It's a dangerous kick. And Calvaresi comes over the top. He's going to give away a free kick. I'm even not sure about that one either, though.
So Kyle Baker has it inside the centre circles. Gives the handball behind
no.
Chapman. Calvaresi runs him down. Keeps going. Calvaresi runs away from Tim Martin. Handball's over to Mitch Day. Mitch Day has nothing but goals in front of him. That's where the ball goes. He's going to miss to the right side. And Mark Orr has given him a death stare. So that takes Diggers Rest to 16-9, 105, leading Woodend-Hesket 9-8, 62, 22 and a half minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Chapman clears the ball out wide looking for Wiseman. Had quite a bit of ball today, Wiseman, out in that far wing. Kicks down the wing towards Bramley. He takes the mark, plays on quickly. Down towards half forward looking for Arsiri. He has had none of the ball. He plays on quickly. Ball goes inside forward 50 as Ray feeds the ball out to Josh Pound. He's got numbers in the middle if he could see them. Goes in towards the middle of the ground. Just overcooks O'Loughlin. There's going to be players just streaking out of half-back now for Diggers. Caruana feeds the ball to Hickey. Hickey, look at Cole Laurie out there by himself. Oh, taps the ball forward. It's all Hawks, though. Martin's going to clean it up. Back to Giddings. Giddings will swing it to Chapman, and the Hawks will try to clear.
I think even Woodend are on. They're just going through the motions too.
St. Pears takes the mark on the left half-back flank. Overcooks the ball to Toman. Calvaresi at the back. Wrapped up by Ben Toman. Somehow, I thought he got a foot to it, but it's all right. It'll go over to Dan Toman. Dan Toman has it right on centre wing. Plays on. Chips it short and finds Patterson. Riley Patterson goes further to the left forward flank to Dan Davey. He runs through 50. Keeps the ball low. I'm not exactly sure what that was. A kick or I don't know if it was a shot or a pass, but it's gone to no one.
Oh.
And Evans there just walks it over the boundary line. I think all 44 players have had enough of this game. They want the siren to go.
It's been a long year for everyone.
23 minutes gone. It's deep in the Woodend-Hesket left forward pocket. No one is in a hurry. They're just all waiting for the siren to go here. Ball gets thrown in. Ray's got front position. Krull at the back. Krull taps it down. Caruana running onto it. Picks it up beautifully. Takes a bounce. Sells a little bit of foot candy. Goes short to Marcus Calvaresi. Calvaresi. He wants to hold the ball when the siren goes, surely. He deserves it.
Time. Yeah. That's what he's trying to do.
So he should. Right. He's had plenty of it. Calvaresi goes to his mate, Jacob Hickey, who's done a ton of work. So right on the centre wing, Jacob Hickey.
This is where we need the signs like the AFL having for them.
Goes inboard, finds finds McMahon. Wallace.
He'll go back to the goal square here.
Wallace is in absolutely no hurry at all. Goes right back to exactly where you've called it.
Tommy Evans.
Tom Evans just walks away. There's the siren. Diggers Rest, your premiers for 2023. 16-9, 105. Defeating Woodend-Hesket 9-8, 62. Boys, what do we say?
Thank God the season's over. No,
No,
well
Captain
done.
negative, Ovi.
Look, they were the best team all year, Diggers Rest, and they proved it again today. Outstanding performance again. They, from the start of the game, they were on top, and they controlled the game from the first bounce. Woodend, they've had a big final series. There's been a lot for them to go through. Commiserations to the entire Woodend Football Club.
Congratulations too for a team
And
that didn't make the
congratulations.
finals. To see where they come into a grand final, they can only go up and forward. They need to have a little look at recruiting. They've got to get some speed. They're going to have to get some, they've got some young players. They have to get some speed into their side. That's easily fixed. Just go out and buy a couple.
It's also not a complete loss for Woodend-Hesket today. The A-grade netball team, they've won today, so they walk away with a premiership, and that's great for the whole club as well.
So
the Hawks had their seniors and reserves both in the finals, right? There is so much for them to look forward to from an upside perspective. They hadn't played finals since their last flag in 2007. Yeah. This has been a big year for them. They should be happy.
So let's go through the goal kickers quickly so we finish off for the year. Jacob Hickey 1, Mitchy Jensen 2, Mark Orr 1, Mitch Day 3, Marcus Calvaresi with 4, and probably a medal if they're listening behind us. Josh Flower with 2, Chris Lawton 1, Josh Wallace 1, and Harrison Wilson 1. Go over to Woodend. Tommy Gawthorpe's got 4, Alistair Ray 1, Josh Pound 2, and Dan Davey 2. So, tip for the medal?
It's hard to go past Calvaresi.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, Calvaresi and Hickey, for me, were the best two, and you could throw Mark Orr in there. He'd be my one vote.
Yeah, look, you've nailed it on the head exactly. I had the 3-2-1 in the exact same way. Calvaresi 3, 2 to Hickey, 1 to Orr. But look, I wouldn't be upset if any of those three won it.
Any three would be deserving.
So they have winners all over the ground today, Diggers Rest.
So you look at the Diggers Rest Football Club, the 6 premiers in the reserves, premiers in the seniors. It is a sensational football club. Benny
Absolutely.
Morse and Simsy and everyone else who runs that football club, we've said it all year, people go to that football club and not leave. The culture is magnificent there. They've won another premiership. This is now a little dynasty. This team's been flying up the top of the ladder for 3 or 4, 5 years now.
Let's go 10.
Yeah, so and it's been ongoing success. So good luck. We've been told to wrap this up, guys. To all of you, thank you very much. We'll see you next year, Tone. Hopefully you go into bigger and better things and VFL time.
Yeah, well, let's hope someone wants to give me a job. So
yeah, Gav and I will be back again, I'm sure. No one wants us. So look, to everybody, to all the sponsors and everybody, to the league, to the cameramen and everyone, well, thank you very much. We'll all see you next year.
2024, let's do it again.
Thanks very much.
Thanks,
see you
guys.
later. Bye.
First of all, congratulations to Diggers Rest and Woodend-Hesket Football Netball Clubs on making the senior grand final for 2023. Congratulations on the way you've represented your clubs and represented your clubs throughout the season as well. Great achievement to be able to make a senior grand final at any level. So a round of applause to the players for a terrific exhibition of footy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite the umpires who officiated in today's grand final to make their way to the stage to receive their grand final medal. Our field umpires, Alexander Bond, Daniel Mousley and Joel Wood. Our boundary umpires, Spencer Canelli, Cody McLaughlin, Lucas Harper and Charlie Hines. And to our goal umpires, Andrew Crone and Adam Isley. I'd now like to welcome forward onto the stage Mr. Rob McIntyre to present the Doug McIntyre Medal, which is named in his father's honour. So the officiating umpires had the responsibility in today's game to judge the player they deemed to be the best on the ground. And the umpires have decided that the Doug McIntyre medalist for 2023 from the Diggers Rest Football Club, Football Netball Club, number 1, Jacob Hickey. Well done, Jacob. Good man. Unfortunately, in every grand final there has to be a runner-up, and I'd now like to take this opportunity to welcome the coach and the runner-up team, Woodend-Hesket Football Netball Club, Josh Pound, if you'd like to come forward and say a few words on behalf of his team and his club, please.
Thanks everyone. Just want to congratulate Robbie, Mitch and Diggers Rest Footy Club. Clearly the best side all year and proved it again today. I can honestly look at the boys and be really proud that we threw everything into that year and you were genuinely the better side of the day. So to our guys, obviously it's been a massive few weeks for the club and the community as a whole. I couldn't be more proud of the group. To be able to get ourselves into a grand final and compete as hard as we did, I really do think it's a special group. So congratulations and enjoy the night.
Well done, Josh. Thank you. Congratulations to you and your team and the Woodend-Hesket Football Netball Club on your season in 2023. We've now got Rdfnl President Brenton Knott here to present the 2023 Premiership medallions, and we've also got, I'd like to call to the stage, Mr. Tom Andriaco from Bendigo Bank to also present the Premiership medallions to the players. So we'll present the medals. If you come in this side, exit stage right, and Sarah Barton from the Bendigo Bank will give you a Premier's cap on the way out. So we'll start from the top. The Doug McIntyre medalist, number 1, Jacob Hickey. Take it this way. Number 2, Austin Cicero. Number 3, Ryan Mullen. Number 4, Andre Henry. Number 8, Jason Caruana. Number 9, Big Mark Orr. Number 11, Lachlan Hickey. Number 10, Mitch Day. Number 12, Marcus Calvaresi. Number 13, Joshua Flower. Number 14, Thomas Schwarzenberg. Number 15, Benny McMahon. Number 21, Christopher Lawton. Number 22, Matthew Kroll. Number 23, been around forever this bloke, Cole Laurie. Number 25, Joshua Wallace. Number 27, Taylor Hine. Number 34, Harrison Wilson. 41, Hayden Davis. Number 42, Tom Evans. Number 50, Joy White. And the premiership captain of this outfit, number 7, Mitch Jensen. Now I'd like to welcome the coach of the winning sides from Diggers Rest Football Netball Club, Jamie Locks, to come forward and say a few words on behalf of his team.
I'd just like to thank the Rdfnl for a wonderful final series they've put on. It's been some great games, great venues, and credit to the guys for organising that. So well done to you. Thanks to the sponsors of the league. I don't know who they are, so I won't go into them. But thanks to the umpires for today. Great job again, guys. Well done. To the Woodend Footy Club and the Netball Club. Obviously, you've been through a hell of a lot in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so it's a real credit to you guys to get to the grand final stage today. So well done, guys. Well done. To our club, I say club because we had the reserves in today, the seniors, but we always said it takes an army to get to this day, and we've got a bloody good army out of Diggers Rest. So thank you to all the volunteers, all the families of all the players, all the wives, the kids, the dads, for putting up with everything that you put up with from us during the year. And go the Bows.
We'd probably have now like Bendigo Bank representative Mr. Dom Andriacchio to present Jamie Lobb and Captain Mitch Jensen with the 2023 Premiership Cup and flag. Well done, Diggers Rest.
Right effort, boys, on behalf of Bendigo Community Bank, Gisborne, well done.